Awesome. Thanks for coming in, TN Bushcrafter. Appreciate that. Thanks for coming in, Vicky. Dottie is doing okay. She's still not gaining weight, but I'm pretty sure that she had an impacted crop. So she's still not eating, as much as I would like to see her eating, and she's not putting on the weight, but she is interacting more. So that's a really good sign. So, hey, Gear, thanks for coming in. Hey, Larks, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you all coming in. The topic is going to be about uh, possibly about sourdough starter, but you know how these lives go. They take a mind of their own. I've got very flushed cheeks because we were out today. We planted 860 garlic cloves out at a farm today. So, the weather was mild, but, you get out there and by the end of it, it was pretty chilly. Hi, Moon Sprout. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. Yeah, you're here to talk about bread, even though the little, I think on in StreamYard, it looks like a hunk of cheese, heart and cheese. I don't have, well, I should have probably grabbed a loaf of sourdough, but I didn't. Oh, and look who it is.
Okay, you didn't even hear me.
Rochelle. Hello, lovely. Thanks
You
for
didn't even
coming
give me a
in.
warning. I was going to make faces for you backstage.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
I should have said, and announcing
Yeah,
Ramping
a little heads
Gardener.
up. A little heads
Yeah,
up. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to maybe turn you
Those
up
were only
because
for you.
I know it's late for you. It's nighttime.
It
Very
is.
much
It
nighttime for
is. I
you.
get to sleep in tomorrow though, so
Oh, that's nice. Hey,
yeah.
J3
Yeah,
Keys,
it's
thanks
way
for
past
coming
my
in.
my bedtime.
Yes, it is
This
past
is
your
how I
bedtime.
feel.
Dexter, you feel like that?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Storms, thanks for
That's how I
coming
feel.
in.
He's out.
And you want to be out.
He's crashed. He kept wanting to.
Mhm.
Yeah, the last live I was watching, he's like, "When are they gonna shut up?" He's trying to sleep over here.
That's right. Could they stop talking?
Poor baby.
Like, enough already.
Enough already. And now he has to listen to me.
Ramble on with
Poor
me in the
baby.
background. So,
Ramble
yeah, I think
on.
there's more
Ramble
people
on.
dragging
Sorry.
themselves in from the last live, from the Shed Wars live, and so
Yep,
probably people
they're
are,
popping in.
refilling their drinks and using the loo. So, hey, living a rogue
Yeah,
life, thanks for
I'm
coming in. Happy
hydrating.
Saturday to you. Hi, let's try gardening. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. It's really great. Nice little crowd of people. So I did
Hi,
say like
J3.
I wanted to talk about sourdough bread. That was kind of the plan. Hey Ragnarok, thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. And do you make sourdough bread, Rochelle? Oh, you're frozen. Oh, nope, you're unfrozen. Nope, you're frozen again.
No. I
You
had
don't.
a sourdough starter for, hmm. I had one years ago.
Hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're very quiet though.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can't tell when I'm frozen or not.
Yeah,
Okay.
you were frozen, but
I had one years ago, and then we went camping, I think, or something. We were gone for like a week, and it exploded
oh
all over
oh
the inside of my
wow,
fridge.
your counter.
No, the fridge.
Oh wow. Hey, will it grow? Thanks for coming in. Hey, Passamaquoddy.
And yeah, it was a
Yeah.
mess.
Yeah. See, I
And
don't.
I was like, nope.
And so then you just not going to do it anymore.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Time to
quit.
Shine Homestead. Thanks for
Yeah,
coming in.
couldn't be bothered. Yeah.
Hmm. Oh,
But
I love
like
the.
for me, like
I don't.
Well, and then I was trying to go, like cutting out breads and carbs and, cutting back on it, which is really hard when you're making it homemade or you have the starter that needs to be used every so often. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah.
that's part of it. And
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I mean, it tastes good, but for me, like, I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, and when I think of sourdough bread, I think of like San Francisco sourdough
Right.
and puckery, just tangy sourdough bread. So when
Yeah.
I try like just regular sourdough from a regular sourdough starter, that just doesn't do it for me.
Right.
So I need something a lot more, yeah, a lot different than that. So to
Yeah.
me, it's not been worth the fiddling
Effort.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fiddly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might need to get an older sourdough starter and so that you do have something that has some life into it. Hey, Planter Garden TV,
Yeah.
thanks for coming in. Hey, Q, woohoo! So
Hi, everybody.
I did bring my sourdough starter here, and now I store mine in the
Show and
fridge.
tell.
Yeah, it is. It's a show and tell show. I store mine in the refrigerator, and when I'm in sourdough bread mode, I only feed it once a week, and whatever I take out of it, which is supposed to be the discard, that's what I make with it.
Right.
And then I feed it and
Okay.
I let it rise, and then I stick it back in the fridge. When I first was wanting to attempt to get into sourdough bread, and we don't eat a lot of bread, and again, we do the low carb, but I love making it. And so I sell it or I give it away to my family and friends and stuff like that. But so I love the whole process and the routine of it, doing it once a week. But what I found that when I was first going to learn how to do it, I'd go and read a recipe and I'd go, what the heck? The hydration and the saturation and the flip. And it was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I went, I can't understand, a thing that they're
Ain't no
saying.
one got time for this.
Exactly. I don't got time for this. So I handed the recipe to my daughter and said, "Here, you read it because you're the smart one here." And she looks at it and she just goes, "Ma, I don't understand it." And then I came across Joshua Weissman. And I don't know if I didn't know who he was, but every time I said it to one of my adults, I'd go, "Oh, I was watching Joshua Weissman." They go, "Oh, I love him." He was on Baking with Babbage. I think it was what it was called, or
Oh,
Basics.
I watched Baking with Babbage. I just didn't know his name.
Yeah, the Basics of Babbage. Well, no, Joshua Weissman isn't him. It was that
Oh,
they had him featured on it. And I watched that
oh, okay.
recipe and I went, "Hey, broke cowgirl, Homestead, thanks for coming in." I went, "Okay." I watched what they did and went, "That's simple." And then when you stop and you think about it, sourdough bread was what everybody made. Like yeast breads have only been around for the last
That
100
was
years.
bread.
And then
Yeah.
so, way back when our, ancestors, when they were making sourdough bread, they weren't, well, the hydration and and measuring it out. They just made it, right?
They just knew what
And
to do.
so,
Yeah.
yeah, and so then I've taken away, so when I'm making bread, I I do use a recipe. Like I actually use Joshua Weissman's recipe, but I'm not worried about this, that, and the other thing. It's just like you're just making freaking bread, so just make the bread. And so, like I said,
Yeah. I think for
with
me
my
it was too bossy.
exactly. Well, you see, I'm the boss of this one, and I don't, for myself with this one here, I might make some bread in the summer, but I leave it, and then, while it's in the fridge through the summer, it'll get the hooch on it. I pour that off, and I just restart it up again. No, you're right. You're right, Rochelle. I drink the hooch. I do. I just sip that up, and
Okay.
because it's
Okay.
like, woo, yeah, why not?
Yep.
Get some bread, and so then mine stays like this all year round, and I keep making it. And I do know. I think I saw it. Oops, I just unplugged myself there. There we go. T.N. Bushcrafter, he was saying he dehydrates his, and that's what I have. So this one came from a Shishi Poo Poo bakery that my son works at, and it was created in 1996. And so this is all dehydrated. And when you smell it,
Oh, that's cool.
it smells like sour cream. It's so delicious. And so I can actually, because you're in Canada, I can mail you some of this, and you can try this
Ooh.
sourdough starter, um, because it will have a really good sour taste because of the age of it. So,
Okay, cool. I will try that. Yeah. Yeah.
hmm so yeah,
Hmm.
I'll mail you out some, and the instructions on how to rehydrate it. But you know, I just you go, you can follow all the rules of whatever they're saying, but I'm in the mode of just like, I want to make bread just like, my great great grandma would have made bread, just
Right.
simple and just get it done. My only thing is that, the really great thing is if you can get a nice ear, and I haven't learned, how to use my lamb and cut it right. So mine just splits open. And you go, still going to taste good, whether it has the ding dang ear or not. And that, so yeah. So that's my thing. Hmm I don't know if
Yeah, I
I
don't care about yours.
I don't know if I got to say hello to you, how to garden, but if I didn't
Oh,
say it
hi
already,
the garden.
hello. So how many of you other ones are making sourdough bread? Because we homestead, or we grow because we want to provide for our families. And one of the great things about sourdough bread is that you just need, your flour, your salt, and your water, and you've got bread. You've got a resilient type of food as long as you have those three ingredients, right? And so to me, I feel like it's important to have that skill set to go, yeah, I can whip up a sourdough bread. Now, granted,
Yeah.
I use Joshua Weissman's version, and so it is a 3-day process for me. Or I start it like, if I was going to do bread, I would start the levain tonight and leave it in my oven. And they say, 5 hours, and you go, well, mine's been in there for 7. I don't care. While I was sleeping, and
Yeah.
then I and then I begin making it. So tomorrow would be all day. I would make the bread, and then the third day is when I bake it all. And when I'm baking it, it's like, well, there's no point in making 1 or 2 loaves. I'll make 6 to 8. So
See, that's my thing is I don't plan ahead. I'm like, oh, I want bread and I want it right now.
I'm just gonna go to the store.
So no, I haven't. I actually have. It's a pretty decent, like it's a 20-minute challah bread recipe. No, not challah. It's
Oh,
a ciabatta. It's a ciabatta bread. And you just mix it, you let it rest for about 10 minutes while the oven's preheating and you throw it in and it's delicious. Um, the bread recipe I usually make is the 5-minute artisan bread. So
fried what
basically, it's
bread?
a very wet dough. You put it in a sealed container and you just mix in your ingredients and you just stir it until it just kind of everything's wet and you let it sit for the 2 hours to rise. And
Nice.
then after that 2 hours, you either put it in the fridge and it can go in there for up to 2 weeks if you're using the basic recipe, or you pull it off and you shape it and let it, finish rising it and bake it. But
Hmm.
there's no kneading, so it's like one of those knead-free breads. But yeah, it's called 5-minute artisan bread. You can find it online. The recipe, the basic one is just like super simple. It's water, salt, yeast, and flour. And then they have all different kinds of other recipes. They have a really nice, like a brioche style one that you can keep in the fridge and you can use it for brioche breads, challah breads, cinnamon rolls, anything like that. So
And so
I
you
do,
so you're
I do make it, but
so
it's
you
just not
have
sourdough.
so is the dough itself, is that you're just making that dough and just letting it sit, and then you bring it out and do with whatever you want?
Yes.
Okay.
And
I
so
wouldn't mind.
I make like a big batch of it, and I have like one of those big Cambro. It's like a 4 liter, 6 liter Cambro container, and I just make the batch of the bread, and then you just pull off whatever you want for dinner. So there's just the three of us. So, and my husband's not really a big fan of like day old fresh homemade bread. So I usually pull off just enough for us to eat that night, and then the next day I'll pull it off. So if you're pulling it out of the fridge, you take it out, you let it rest. I put it on my peel for about 40 minutes, I think it is, and
Hmm.
then you throw it in the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just going to see if this is the site that you use. Share
they have
screen.
several cookbooks.
Right. Um,
Okay, I'm on the
is
chat.
this
Let me
the
go back
one
to the
that you use?
screen.
Does it look familiar?
Does it say 5-minute artisan bread?
Yeah, it does. The new artisan bread in 5 minutes
I'm on
a
my
day
phone.
master recipe. Oh, you're on your phone, right? So it's like everything's tiny. Oh,
Yeah,
this is all about.
it's like 5 or 6 cups of flour, water, salt, yeast. Just the
I
basic
just kind of look
recipe.
here.
They have several cookbooks that I checked out from the library. They have a YouTube page.
Oh,
I
maybe
just
this
find it's
one,
just the
flour and
easiest way to do it.
right. This is no need 5
And
minute
I like it
artisan
like
bread.
if I decide like, oh, if I'm gonna make, if I'm making soup or like I'm heading off to work, it's like you just take the ingredients, you just throw it in the thing, just stir it. It literally takes you less than 5 minutes to make the dough, and then it can sit out
Wow.
for a minimum of 2 hours, but it can sit out however long you want, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. This looks
So
lovely.
that's what I do. It's a little bit easier. It's more in my style. I don't plan ahead as much as I should.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, for me, it just became a habit. Like Wednesday night, it would be, make
Yeah.
the levain, and then Thursday, all day Thursday would be bread baking day, and then Friday would be baking day, and I'd be doing 6 loaves, and it's basically about an hour per loaf. Um,
Yeah.
and but since I got my pizza oven, I can do 2 loaves in about 20 minutes. So what used to take me 6 hours, I can cook 6 loaves of bread in an hour and a half or so. Hmm.
Yeah, I've done that one before too, the no knead, and then you do it in the Dutch oven and bake it. That's really good too.
Yeah.
I just find the 5-minute artisan one I really like because don't double the batch. Don't double the batch unless you have an enormous container. I
Mm.
doubled it once, and when I came back, it was like 8 inches above the container and spilling out over the table. Yeah,
Does anyone
it
have the loaf
rises. Yeah,
pans that have the slide on lid? Makes a loaf like sandwich bread. I don't.
nope.
I've never seen that. I feel like the key to
I used to
sourdough is
have like
figuring
the
out.
can.
Oh
I think I
yeah.
got it at Pampered Chef. It was like the can one with like the star shape
Yep.
with the lid.
Yep.
And I can't remember, it was supposed to be made for like tea sandwiches or maybe for brown bread.
Yep.
I don't think I ever
Yeah.
used it. I used it as a mold for stuff, but I never ever used it
I think because
to
I
make
used to
bread.
sell Pampered Chef many years ago,
Yeah.
and and yeah, so you have your flour. I wish I could remember the official name of it. Um, I did have the flour one. I probably used it maybe once. Having 5 kids, it's like, really, how many sandwiches am I going to make out of that? It's like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, okay, 2 of you get to eat, the rest of you, no, no food for you.
I think it was more meant for like brown bread, so it would definitely be more of like a side. I don't know. I should try.
Mhm.
I should try making brown bread. I love brown bread. I haven't had it in years though. My aunt used to
Mm.
make it.
Yeah, I don't do. I've not made brown bread. I use
You know what I mean? Like the Boston brown bread, like the molasses one that's cooked in the can.
mhm, mhm, mhm. That you just go like,
Yeah.
this is so healthy for me. I
I
should,
should
when I'm finished
make that
eating
with
it.
her baked beans.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so like you said, moon sprout, I agree. So that was my schedule, was, Wednesday make the levain, Thursday, make the bread all day, and then in between it, because it's not like it's not that I'm doing a lot of kneading. I do some kneading with it just at the beginning, just to kind of combine, and then you're just doing your fold and turns throughout the day, and then I leave it. But I've actually even started a sourdough bread like at 5 o'clock at night, and had it all ready and stuff like that. Um, and to be able to be baked in the morning. So, but my bread is, I use like
Yeah.
a um, high protein bread flour, and then I do put in fresh ground whole wheat. I grind the whole wheat myself. Yeah.
See, yeah, I have the whole wheat I grind. I don't use it as much for breads because I struggle to find an actual bread recipe that I really liked with it that didn't come out like a brick.
Right.
I struggled with that. I had a hard time. And
Mhm.
now I only have the soft wheat. I don't have any more of the hard wheat. I'm out.
Okay.
So I use it like whenever I do anything else. So when I make pancakes or waffles or any kind of those kind of like, banana bread or pumpkin bread or zucchini, anything like that. I
Yeah.
really love the flavor of it. But a lot of
Right.
times when I'm going for like a nice baguette or something like that, I just go with the regular white flour. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to get into it more. I have a bin, I have a 5-gallon bucket full of Kamet and spelt, and I just can't find any decent recipes really for them. And that's the one
Right.
thing, like Nutrimil, like why do not they not have recipes? Why do they not have a YouTube channel? Why am I searching and trying to find stuff and I can't?
Right. Have you
It's kind of
ever
frustrating.
emailed them to say something? Say, hey, you guys
No, I
should
should.
guys
Yeah,
should
what the
start
heck?
coming up with recipes. Your
Exactly.
appliance is
Yeah.
very expensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Yeah.
Cindy.
I've had it for probably, I would guess 10 years maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got hard red wheat berries. I think mine are hard red wheat berries too. Um, and I got my wheat berries back in 1999. I went and bought a bunch of canisters of wheat berries.
Oh wow.
Back when there was that, this shift of 2000, and people didn't know what they were going to do. So a couple of friends and I, we bought a few, about a few 6-gallon drums of wheat berries, and then nothing happened, and so then I turned some of them into wheat bags, so that those warmy bags you can throw in the microwave,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
then and
Yep.
then and then when I moved down here 17 years ago, well, I just put it in my mom's garage and said, I'll come back and get it one day. And when I was there last summer, or yeah, in the summer, I went, I'm gonna take the wheat berries home. Opened up the container. These are like, 23-year-old wheat berries. Beautiful, pristine, fantastic. It
Yeah.
was like,
They're amazing.
okay,
It
that was
stores
a
so
good
well.
thing that I bought, and so I have two of the drums still left here, and so that's what I've been grinding. So
I also
so
like
yeah, I don't
using it
know
like
the
to make salads, right? Like a nice wheat berry,
Sorry, say that again.
a wheat berry. I like making salads with it, like a wheat berry salad, like, the kind of like a curry and cranberries, diced onions and apples, celery, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
You just kind of cook it up, right?
Yeah, I don't know the Amish friendship starter. I've seen it, or I've seen the
My
words, but
mom did that when I was a kid.
mm.
People kept avoiding her because they were afraid she was going to give her starter. It's great if you have a lot of friends, but it can cause you to start losing friends too. So just saying.
Right.
It's kind of like
This is
it's like zucchini at the end of the summer.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Well, that's good. Lots of produce, has wild yeast in the skin, grapes, ginger, potato, etc. No organic though. Yeah, and actually I've never been able to successfully make. That's why I'm super glad with this one. And so then I just started. I actually take a day and go, okay, I'm going to dehydrate some. I've got family members and go, well, I'd love some starter, and you go, well, you live far away, so that was one of the reasons
Yeah.
why I made it up.
Good luck
So
with that.
yeah, but yeah, there is wild yeast everywhere. Yeah, we've had, we're
Yeah.
sometimes doing sauerkraut in the house, and apple cider vinegar, and other things. Right now, the sunchokes, we are actually fermenting
Oh
those, and
yeah.
so there's 3 different types of fermentations that are going on right now, and so we've kind of separated them just so that one doesn't counteract the other.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
We did
Hmm.
kombucha years ago before it was cool.
Yeah, I
It was a
loved
lot of work.
it is a
It
lot
was
of
a lot
work.
of work and it was kind of a pain in the butt. And just we did it for about 3 months and neither one of us noticed any benefits from it.
Right.
And it was a lot of work, and my husband was starting to get worried about his teeth enamel, and
It's like, okay, we
but
got to stop this.
yeah,
Yeah, my daughter
but
made
I do
kombucha.
like it. Yeah. Whenever I go to the health food store, I'll grab my favorite one is the guava.
Mm.
The guava kombucha is really good. Yeah.
hmm Yeah, she did one that was with fresh peach, and oh my gosh, like I just that one and fresh ginger. They were just off the charts. And we have it in my pantry that's behind my oven, like my where my pantry door is. The oven's here,
Right.
and so it is a fairly warm room. And so she had like, I don't know, 3 SCOBY hotels going on. It was just like SCOBY heaven in there. But something got in, and some bacteria got in, and she could not get it to start again. Like she'd take them all apart, wash it
Oh
down,
no.
vinegar it,
Yeah.
everything, and then um, never could get it to work again.
Oh my God, that sounds terrible.
Uh, I I almost made wine um, with the grapes that we grew this year, but that was my thing. It was like, okay, Maureen, stop taking on stuff, because it was like, okay, you're gonna have to go get
Yeah.
carboy and the
Slow down.
tubes and this and that, and it's like you need to just simmer the heck down, stop trying to learn everything all at once, and because we do have a
Yep.
wine, a place that makes whoops, there's a place that makes the wine for me. I just call them up and they
Oh, okay.
make a really great, like it's a home brew, but um, they rack it twice so it doesn't taste like homebrew. You know how when you go someplace and you're like, "Oh, would you like our wine?" And you drink it, and you're like,
Mm, mm.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly." Like, thanks for the wine. Ours
Yeah.
is palatable that you can serve it, to guests and stuff like that. Ooh, what the heck? Ragnarok. I made corncob wine in a gallon jug with a balloon. What does corncob wine taste like? Does it taste like corn?
I'm pretty sure that's moonshine.
Oh, I'm a city girl, grew up in a small town.
No, I have no idea. I've never heard of such a thing. Yes.
That's funny. Um, I would wonder how that tasted. But if I'd love to try things like that where you go, okay, can we make this without all the fancy dancy tools? Because before the fancy dancy
Yeah.
tools came in, people made this stuff, and there is a part of me that I'm trying to go, slowly go back to those basics so that, you know, okay, we're not using the microwave. The microwave is strictly a place to put stuff in to keep it warm, um, off the counter while
I
we're
use
getting
it for rising stuff too.
put the light on. I use it for thawing, that way it's off the
Yeah.
counter, no bugs and stuff.
I'll put like a cup of hot water in with my dough and stuff.
Hmm
Yes. I put a bunch of my tomatoes in there when I harvested them, so I wouldn't have to worry about fruit flies. And it drove my daughter nuts every time she wanted to heat anything up. She had to
Yeah, it's
take
like,
out
I gotta take
all
the
my
tomatoes
produce
out.
bins.
I'm hiding the tomatoes. I want to
Yeah.
make muglio next spring. It's made with green pine cones, supposed to taste a lot like maple syrup. I don't know how to say mugolio. Mugolio? Oh, man, there's a whole bunch of
I
wine.
don't know how you make pine cones taste like maple syrup. Yeah,
Look,
I'm not convinced. I'm sorry. I've tasted pine sap and it's not.
okay, you don't know how to say it
Yeah.
either. Mugolio. That's good. That's very good.
Magolio? I don't know.
Mugolio.
But you
Yeah.
know what? If it doesn't work out, you could probably clean with it.
It's right. Just add a little bit of lemon, and now you got a great
Like pine
cleaner.
salt. No. I'm
Yeah.
picturing it take I see this is my head. I'm picturing wine that tastes like pine salt and it's just not.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing. Yeah. You might as well give it a shot, right? It's like, Might as well see what you can do. So, oh, and congratulations again, Broke Cowgirl Homestead,
Am I
on
breaking up?
winning MVP. I'm breaking up. Oh dear, am I breaking up? I need to put everybody else back up over here. Let me know if you're knowing if was I breaking up? Lesson learned. What did you do here? I put my dough with a glass of hot water in the microwave to let it rise. Ah, that's good. I typically just use my oven with the light on. You know, it just stays on and that. Yes, it's come to this, gear. We are breaking up. Don't go breaking my heart. I couldn't if I tried. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think it was just I think it was just Rochelle. I think she was breaking up. I don't think she's got a super great connection. Oh, look at this. I've used my dehydrator as a proofing cabinet to infuse oils. That's kind of cool. Right. Oh, your oven doesn't have a light. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you got a dehydrator to make yogurt. I think on our Instant Pot we have a yogurt maker, and I think we did make that ourselves. We did it. We did a kind of a way. I think my daughter's also tried to make yogurt, just like, again, just kind of keeping it in the microwave to keep the bugs out of it, and use the microwave, oven to sort it, to keep it in that kind of controlled environment and stuff like that. So, but no, yeah, I had and welcoming back to the stage, Brampton Gardner.
Sorry about that. My Wi-Fi just went kabootst.
Yeah, it was like, we have a certain time limit for you, lady, and you're done. So
what happened? My Wi-Fi.
Yeah, no. Yeah, my kidults have almost every little gadget that there possibly is out there, which is, I don't use them, but they certainly do, and that. So, and I was just gonna ask you a question, because you.
Okay, how do you not have an Instant Pot?
Everybody has an Instant Pot. It's the hip chick groovy thing to do.
Every day.
Oh, here she comes back again. Whoops. I removed and then added you to stage. Whoops. I'm sorry. You got your stinky Wi-Fi.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Now, I'm, Rochelle, I'm so impressed with you and what you grow, and the flowers are just out of this world. And that one arrangement you made, it was like, okay, who's paying,
Oh, thank you.
the $3,000 for this arrangement for their office, and then you work full time as well. And I go, okay, how do you balance that? Oh, I think I'm losing you.
Well, we're self-employed, so that helps. So sometimes we're working really long hour, day, and then sometimes, we'll go 3 or 4 days without a job, right? So it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Certain things have to be sacrificed, like cleaning,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Clean enough that there's no animals growing. But if there's some dust and I know for myself, it's like one of these days I'm going to do a video about all the things that come out of my pocket that are all over the house. It's like, oh, I find staples. Oh, I find my little tomato ring. Yeah, seeds. You just empty your pockets and you go, oh, that's what I was doing today. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I put on my raincoat for the first time the other day, and I had a little organza bag with Nasturtium seeds. That must have
Nice.
been from last year in the
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. This is my first
I used to
year
get
to
excited when I would find money in my pockets.
now it's these are great seeds.
Now it's random seeds. Yeah.
Yeah. This was my
You know
first
you're
year
lame when.
to grow nasturtium. The last 2 years, the first year I did them, my plant literally got this big, and I think it got two blooms on it. And I thought, I don't know what I did. I kept putting seeds in, and then last year I think it was a little bit bigger, and then whatever worked this year, I don't know, and I don't know that I bought the trellising kind because I did see you had trellising and just regular. So I don't even know. I just go nasturtium, nasturtium, and those things were fabulous. We did take the seeds. We were gonna
Yeah.
try to make um, nasturtium capers with them, but didn't get around to it. But a lot of the seeds fell off, and my nasturtiums, like there's nasturtiums out there that are sprouting right now because the heat went, and now we've got this cooler weather, and so now I've got
That
all
seems
these.
like an awful lot of work.
Say that again. Because all the little things I find all over the house, I might get the house clean. I think if I go collect all the stuff. Wow, look at that. My house is clean. Yeah, you broke up again, darling.
I know. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's
Yeah,
okay.
no, yeah, to make the capers. So it's called poor man's capers is the thing I saw. And then you like soak them in salt water and then you rinse them and then you soak them and rinse them and then you boil like okay, it's a lot of work. And are capers that expensive? Like to buy a jar?
No.
Like you buy a jar and you have it for like 10 years. So
Okay, you don't make Caesar salad as often or and need to feed as many people as what we do. Because I buy those four little
yeah,
jars from Costco, and
yeah.
we'll probably buy, 6 of those a year, because we do.
I go
Um,
through a couple of those a year. I'm the only one here that likes capers. My daughter and my husband hate them. So
yeah, I love
it's always on the side.
right. I love like we just started actually pan frying them, like giving them a little bit of a crispness. I've had them at a restaurant like that. So
Ooh,
I do a little bit of just a fry, not too far, and so then they're hot and a little bit crisp, and throw them onto our Caesar salad. But we do, we
that
make
sounds amazing.
three-headed, fresh Caesar salad. The only thing I'd want it would want to be able to do is, yes, it's a lot of work to make the capers, which anything in regards to homesteading does take time.
Yeah, yeah.
But I know where it was grown. I know what additives have been put into it. There's no preservatives, and so that's one of the reasons why I would go to the effort to making those. Same with our olives. Like we brined up our olives a couple of years ago. I and I yeah, I have a lot of people in my life, and so the great thing is that I can say, hey, can you take this on, please? You be the olive making person, and then I can walk away.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
nice. Yeah,
handy.
I don't have that.
No, no. And so sadly,
Yeah.
but so anyway, I did give it to one of my daughters, and so it did get finished, and then they were in my pantry, and then there was 2 months later, I go to open them up, and they go, oh, these smell delicious. But I thought, I don't know if she ever finished them, and I hucked them out, and she goes, no, ma, they were done, you could have eaten them. And you're like, oh.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So the batch that's out there right now, they're probably the biggest olives that we've grown so
Oh,
far,
cool.
and so we will go through the process of trying that out. So hey, South Florida sunshine, thanks for coming in. If you go and check in your messages on Facebook, I sent you the link there, darling. So you should be able to go. Oh yeah, see,
Oh, that
and
sounds amazing, Grace.
see.
I usually just put them on the side of the table. So I'm one of those people who if you pickle it or brine it, I will eat it. I don't care what it is. So like we'll sit down at the table and I'll have like my jar of olives and I'll have my jar of pickled peppers that I've done. I'll be pulling out my One of my favorite things are the pickled turnips, like you get with the shawarma. Oh my
Mm.
gosh, and those are super easy to make.
Hmm.
But I do have some that I bought. And I'll sit down with that, and then I love anything, like kimchi and sauerkraut,
Yeah.
and they don't like
Yeah.
any of that stuff. So I'm sitting there with
I'm
on my side of the table with all these little jars, my pickled red onions, and that, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everything I'm very particular about everything has to have its own fork. Um,
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
not double dipping anything. So I'm
No.
over there with like a ton of different. So it's like my plate, by the time I get all of my stuff out and on my plate, they're done eating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
It's like,
I'm like
okay, I'm
fiddling with
ready.
everything. And
I'm ready to eat now. That's amazing. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. We make the kimchi, and my third kidult, she just made, I think, a quart and a half with another quart jar of sauerkraut yesterday or
Oh yeah.
Thursday. Yeah, because they just have cravings for sauerkraut. And so when we're making it
I love
homemade,
it.
what I love is I'd love to grow my own cabbage, but if you saw in my video, it was like, can't grow cabbage. Nope, nope, nope. My first year I grew cabbage. They were beautiful, and I got they were starts from Canadian Tire.
Oh
But
yeah.
now it's like, I cannot for the life of me grow a cabbage. I don't know what my deal is. So, but
Hmm. Well, it could
yeah.
be the chickens. I don't know, eating them, but
No, for the most part, they weren't going in there. It's the fact that
yeah.
they got wet, and then they got that mucky, slimy stuff on them, and then so I pulled
Oh
those leaves off, and they started out
yeah.
okay. They were pretty good, but I wasn't tending them. I this next year I definitely need to revamp just how much I grow and where, because Mama is tired.
It's it's such a learning process.
Hmm.
It's and every year is different. That's the thing is you can't be like, oh, I'm gonna do exactly what I did last year, because guess what?
No,
The weather is not gonna be the same as it was last year.
no,
It's just
no,
nothing the same.
and I just learned that, not just learned, but I had heard it a couple times, but then I've read it officially that you can't keep growing garlic in the same place, and
Oh, okay.
by year 3 or 4, if you pull out your garlic bulbs and it looks like they're dirty, that's where there's a virus that's taking
Oh,
place. So it was like, okay, this is our last year, and I had just bought 4 bags of garlic cloves from the grocery store because I don't do the garlic seed. It's too expensive. I want,
oh
I
yeah.
want to have, 400 garlic cloves because that's what we would eat in the course of a year. We eat a lot of garlic here.
Yeah.
And and so a friend of mine from my church, he said, I made this, garden plot for my wife. Would you like to use it? She doesn't want to use it because it's too far from the house. So I went, okay. So I texted him this yesterday and said, is it all right if I go now and put the garlic in? So we did, we put in uh, 800, 860 cloves of garlic this afternoon. Woo woo! Oh, Dexter.
Can you hear him?
Dexter.
The neighbor
Snoring.
dog's out barking, so he's going, "Ooh, ooh,"
Oh.
but he's not really awake. He's barking back in his sleep.
Uh,
Like a lazy bum. Yeah.
Well, Broke Cowgirl Homestead, where do you live? Where it's even warm in winter? Yeah,
Texas?
yeah. I wondered about that. But what I pulled out this year, it's not looking the best, and I just thought, nah. The great thing is that now I have a completely huge garden bed that has, well, it has some garlic sprouting in it, some of it that we missed from last year, so there is
Oh,
garlic
cool.
already coming up. Yeah, but yeah, you
Yeah.
plant your
I
garlic
haven't
back
grown
out.
my own garlic. I don't have anywhere to do it.
No, you're very
Like,
limited for space.
and I don't have, for me, I mean, garlic is still pretty cheap to buy, and to sacrifice growing a spot for
Absolutely.
garlic. See, and that's the same
Absolutely.
way like with root vegetables. Like I'm never gonna probably grow unless it's like some fancy fingerling potato. I'm not growing potatoes. I'm not growing carrots. I'm not growing beets. Like in the space that they take to grow that, I can be growing tomatoes and peppers and flowers and things like that that are actually expensive at the store. Because
Yes.
by the time, when carrots and all that, I bought a 10-pound bag of carrots for $1 at No Frills.
Wow.
Like, just sometimes you can get, usually it's about $5 for a 10-pound bag of beets or potatoes or whatever end
Wow.
of season. And
Yeah.
so for me, it's like I can't justify taking up, flower space or other plant space.
Yep.
Um,
Nope.
because like
Nope.
my like heirloom tomatoes, you're looking at $5 a pound, right? So,
Yeah.
and then the specialty peppers and then the fresh herbs. So for me, a lot of it is, I'm very limited on space in a townhouse. So
Yeah.
I kind of have to weigh that all out.
Absolutely. No, it makes total sense what you're doing. And if you like in Victoria, well, Vancouver Island here, we don't have a no frills. I know my daughter and son-in-law, they had a no frills up in
Oh,
Dawson
okay.
Creek. And yeah, they would have those kind of great deals where it's like
Yeah.
I'm I we don't have that where it's like could I just if I could I would be the same. I would go, you know what? I'm just going to go and buy. I do know that like our save on here, they usually put the 50-pound bag of onions on for like $11. I'll go buy that because again, we make a lot of
Oh,
onion soup.
wow.
Yeah, and I'll just put it in my larder
Yeah.
and yeah, yeah. I, oh yeah, tea and
Yeah. I find
bushcraft.
sometimes I do well in Walmart will have like a big has like a rack at the back of like
Yeah,
produce that's marked down. It's usually half price. I got a box of the golden kiwi that were half price and some other random things. But last year I went and got two big huge bags of tomatillos
wow.
at Walmart, and I think they were like $5 for a big bag of them. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like this is crazy.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
made
No,
some
you can't.
salsa. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can get it for cheaper, then that's great. But here on the island, you know, it's
That's
like, yeah,
different. Yeah.
yeah, this is the capital, and yeah, we need to have all the prices up, like, triple to what everybody else is paying. Oh, your gas
Yeah.
is only, $1.20 a liter. Well, over here, we want to charge our people $2 a liter.
Yeah.
Just stupid.
Yeah, we gotta make an example of them. Yeah, my parents
Yeah.
used to live in Friday Harbor for a bit, so
Mhm.
not too
Yeah.
far from you. Could see you. Could see you.
Right. That's right. Yeah, I don't
From
know
their
all
house,
the.
they were on a hill, and you could see like the shipping lane going between,
Oh,
the
neat.
islands.
Hey,
Yeah.
Rams. Thanks for coming
Hey,
in.
Remy.
I heard that you were the influence on bringing Rochelle into Shed Wars.
Oh
How are
yeah, I
you doing?
blame him.
That's right. We're doing fine. We were talking about sourdough bread. Now we're just talking about planting
Mm.
and what we plant and yeah. Uh, Tea and Bushcrafter. I'm gonna have to say no. I
It
had
depends on the tomato. It depends on the plants.
It depends on the plant and it depends on the grower because I'm sure
Yeah.
I had 4 tomatillo plants last year, and I would be surprised if I got 6 cups of tomatillos. And I've seen some of them, like you can get some massive tomatillos, planting from seed. I didn't plant tomatillos this year, but 2 plants, of course, came up. And so I did get a nice, little, probably, I would say 8 to 10 cups of tomatillos. Didn't look after them at all. Just let them be, and I just did the last picking of them um, yesterday. The Egyptian walking onions. Wow. Oh yeah, you're in
Nice.
Texas because it's like yeah. Rochelle and I
Yeah.
are not good onion planters. I want to be. I want to hear like you hear like you see the onion and you hear that tearing sound.
I know.
And it's like,
Yeah.
that's what I want. I want to grow my own damn onions.
Well, my problem, and I think they were doing really good until the nasturtiums just took over.
Right. Yeah.
My
You,
nasturtiums were monsters.
yeah,
They just took
they
over
were,
all of the backyard.
they were off the chart. Ground cherries. They grew
And
and
I didn't have
produced
the heart to pull them out because they were so beautiful.
no, you go, I just love you. I love you. Can't take you out. Oh, that's
Yeah.
too bad. Oh, they're a native southern plant.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, that would make sense because, salsa verde is, made in
Yep.
warmer climates. So, but no, there is a friend of mine here on the island, and she um grows like huge poundages of tomatillos. I don't know what she does. It's just like the right
Trader.
time, right place. Yeah. So it's like, no, I have no idea why hers turned out.
Yeah.
But I was just more focused on the tomatoes, and then we only did paste tomatoes this year. We didn't do any fancy. There was some cherries. Again, if
Okay.
things popped up, it was like, I will let you live. You may leave, and you may produce fruit. Thank you. And so I did get a little handful of these, and I think I got the tie-dyed tomato. That one showed up, and so I got a few of those ones. But we were doing the Italian pear style tomato, the San Marzanos, and then the Roma tomatoes, which the original seed comes from my mom from 3 years ago. So I want to build this my own little Roma heirloom tomato for my kids. But so what are you saying here? I just use green tomatoes if I want to make something that calls for tomatillos. Ha! That's really great. That's great.
I've done that.
I did make I made green tomato salsa last year. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting
Hello.
Sunshine.
I'm like, I can't hear a thing. I can't. Oh, I don't have my ear thing.
Hi, Carol.
Hey, what's up? What's up,
I was
lady?
I was watching you put all your stuff on. I thought, well, she's not there. Now she is. Now she's not.
I'm like looking around, like I can't hear them. Why can't I hear them?
Because you don't
My
have
feet were on the floor, not lit up. Yeah.
Minor detail.
Yeah, minor detail. Hearing is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I could hear you on my phone. I just took you off my phone so I wouldn't have to like reverb.
Have the two going at the same time, and that. So
yeah, I'd
so
rather
we just
use the green
yabbering
tomatillos.
about tomatillos.
I haven't grown them because I didn't at first like them, but now I like them, but I like them made into like a salsa verde or, something like that. So I'm still new.
They're
to
not
the
as
whole
versatile as
tomatillo.
mine as tomatoes.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-mm. And I really should be just eating actually
in a limited space.
Yeah.
Just wait a moment, please. Bob, you are not here. Bob, you are not here. You are over there. So quit thinking that where you are. You are not here. You are there. All right. We got that clear, Bob?
No, Bob, we can't see you at all. I don't see Bob. Do you see Bob?
Maybe there in the basement, Bob. Check if you're near any Bobsicles.
Every video that Bob watches of mine, he goes, "Where am I?" So I have to come up with something, funny to say within that. So, and what do you have to say, Vicki?
Wow.
You wreaked havoc on our tomatoes this year. Oh, along with 100-degree temps. Oh, we're putting up 40% shade cloth in the garden for next summer. We'll be finishing our high next week. Wow. Yeah. Those are like, those kind of difficulties that come
That's
in.
brutal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where is Vicki? Is she out in Texas too? Or like, where are you, Vicki? Where you were pulling 100-degree temps?
Mm-hmm.
Because we were having, I can't even grow.
Like one of the coolest summers on record.
Yeah, but are you still having your warm weather really hot right now, Rochelle?
No, this is our growth season. And I got to get out there.
70s all week. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice tonight.
But today's like, I think, our last nice day. Tomorrow we have a high of 46, and then we're starting to go. Might get snow on Halloween, of course. But yeah, this week was gorgeous.
Yeah, like
we were in the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like I'm going. How are you in Ontario? And you're running around and summer clothes. It's like, what's wrong with this picture?
But we were cold in August. Like we were averaging 70s.
Okay.
I think we had a couple days that got up to 80.
Huh.
And then September came and we had like a day that was like a high of 46 in September.
Wow.
And then in October, the first week in October, we were like 87.
Wow. Yeah, it looks
So
Wow.
like it's really nice.
fall has just been crazy. It's just
Mhm.
bouncing around down here. We don't know what's going on.
Okay, so Vicky's
Yeah, we're
in
starting to.
Southeast Texas. You were 85. Wow, nice. Yeah. Well, we hit our kind of, well, it just said 1 degree, but I think it was, and this is all Celsius, of course. So it went down to -2, and I think my lettuces kind of survived, but anything else that was out in the open, it was like nope. So I've run out there and started okay, we need to protect the winter garden. Didn't get all the winter garden I wanted to get planted. I'd like to try corn lettuce. I don't know if any of you guys have ever planted corn lettuce. It's supposed to
The
be
mash.
I've heard of it. Yeah, I think I have seeds for it.
And you called it a mash, Rochelle?
Is it a mash or something? It's like MACHE is the other term for it, I think. Is it the same stuff?
Huh.
I think so. I think I have some from Big Creek somewhere.
Yeah, and so I would like to try growing that just because, well, you can
Yeah,
eat
it's
it
supposed to
raw.
be cold tolerant.
Yes, Valerian locasta. I'm just going to see if I can get a page of it. Nah, let me get a different one. I just don't know what is going to kind of take place. Oh, lamb's lettuce. Ah, that's what my mom, she's called it. She said, yeah, we get lamb's lettuce or lamb's ear or something like that. So
Yeah,
it
the
looks
other
like
one is called maiche, or however you say it, mache. Corn salad, the
lamb's lettuce.
greens. Yeah, the corn
Right,
salad
yeah.
greens. Yeah, they're also called that too.
Yeah.
I had to look it up because I couldn't remember. That word sounded familiar, but I'm like, are they on the same seed packet?
Yeah. So this is what I've gotten for.
Hey, growing out of the box.
Oh, hey, growing out of the box. Thanks for coming in.
Growing out the box.
Yeah. And so I wanted to have some of that in my garden. Just, it was like 2 summers ago. It was a Caesar salad dinner night. And, like I said, I have to have 3 Caesar salad. There's 3 romaine heads for our salad for our big family. There's 7 to 8 of us. And so the kids go out and, because they usually just get the pack from Costco. And so some of the little boutique grocery stores, it was $7 and it was wilted. $7 a head. And you go, that's $21 for my lettuce for the dinner. And so that's one of the reasons why you go, when I plant lettuce, I plant in pots and then I plant in between my tomatoes so that they're protected. Those ones last longer than just what's in my pots. Just so that we can, because we do eat a lot of Caesar salad. It could be like, every family dinner.
Yum.
Caesar salad, and we make it like right from scratch, with the exception of the mayo, which we aren't going to be using the Hellman's mayo anymore.
Yeah, I had to quit my Hellman's too a while back because of the soy.
Yeah. And so, you go, as much as it's like the convenience. So we're just going to start making our own. My son-in-law makes his own mayo.
With those fresh eggs. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've done the Caesar dressing from scratch, and I just use it in my little ninja bullet thingy. It's not a bullet, it's like a mini food processor.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculously easy once you just do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's the idea you're like, no.
That is. Yes, it is. My mom was talking about it being lamb's quarter. That's correct. So So you have grown lamb's quarter before, but it's not the same as this corn lettuce or whatever, I think. Man, it's every time I'm on a live,
Corn salad.
I think, yeah, my corn salad.
Rough.
I think I'm allergic to something at my desk because it's like, why am I all stuffed up? You know, I'm not sure. Oh, what time did I go live? I went live at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'm not sure what that
10
equates to
p.m.
you.
10
Eastern.
EST. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't get here in time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Little
Well,
man.
gotta put
And
your
then
little
And
man.
that is why I'm so tired.
I know. You live on the other side of the country. So
Yeah.
anyway, I will.
And my White Russian's kicking in. Kicked in a while ago. I need to go to bed. So I'm gonna say au
Good
revoir.
night.
Au revoir.
Adieu.
Adieu.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
fading
Amazing.
fast, and so is my phone
Yeah.
battery.
Yeah.
It was
Coming
nice
in.
seeing everyone in the chat.
Okay, have a
Yeah.
good night.
Here, I'll drop my thing, and then I will head out. I gotta put
Yeah.
Dexter to bed, poor baby. Keeping
He's
him
flopped.
up.
Hi, Rochelle. Have a good night.
He is done.
So cute.
Good night. Let me figure out how do I get this thing off.
Do you want me to just take you out?
Oh, you can take me out. That's rude.
It's
Hi.
iDiva before you go.
Aw.
It's iDiva. I know. Oh, I miss Puggy
Sweet
face.
baby.
Oh.
Good night, Dexter.
Good night,
Mama's going
Dexter.
to bed.
Smushy face. Smushy.
Sleepy baby.
Smushy. Smushy face dogs.
I don't know if she's frozen again.
I miss our pug. Our pug was the best.
You had a pug?
Oh yeah. It was Hannah's like like a sibling for her while we were homeschooling. We decided like she needed a kid-friendly dog to have
Right.
there for a companion because it, you
Yeah.
know, she was an only child at the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I researched it and ended up with, I was like, oh yeah, of course I want a pug. And then it started shedding everywhere. And I was like, oh, they really do shed a lot. I was thinking, oh, it's a small dog. It can't shed that much. It sure can. But yeah, they're sweet, sweet dogs.
Yeah. So we were talking it earlier. Like I know you're gluten-free and all that.
Yeah.
Like, if you could find a good recipe to make a gluten-free sourdough bread, you would.
Yeah, I would totally try it and just see how my body would like react to it. I have to be careful too with just wild yeast, and that's what sourdough is. It's a wild yeast that you're catching. Like kombucha, I can't have kombucha and certain other things made with wild yeast. But for some reason I can do sauerkraut, and I can do like certain things that are fermented. But other things, yeah, I have to be careful. Yeah, they're like a wiener dog the way they shed. Or yeah. But yeah, I just still try it. I want to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Because I haven't, I miss like a good sourdough bread. Oh,
Yeah. Well, you'd have to make it, but you can have yeast breads or no.
I can have regular, yeast. Like, yeah. So I might be okay with a sourdough. I don't know. I just absolutely cannot have kombucha. Everybody's like, oh, this is so good for you and it'll help with your yeast. I'm like, it gave me thrush. It sure did help my yeast. Helped it multiply.
And it good.
It was delicious. I loved it, but and now I can't even drink it. I get a migraine. Crazy.
Ooh. Seen a video the other day about fermented mayo that lasts a long time in the fridge, unlike fresh mayo. Broke.
I wonder how that works though.
Where's that video? We need to see that video.
How do you ferment something with an egg and oil though? Like, it just sounds like it could go bad really fast. Yeah, Robert's not a fan of mayo. The creamy stuff. I don't know if he even likes fettuccine alfredo.
I think there's a little 3 behind his ooh. Is that
Oh,
to the
how
power
do you
of
do?
3?
Yes, to the third power. E to the third power.
I think, well, tomatoes, like on the island here, like there's a place called the Butterfly Gardens. They've got a tomato plant in there that I believe is past 10 years old. You can just
Shut.
it
What?
and it just keeps growing. And so I think, yes,
Mosquito.
if you are mosquito,
It was a mosquito. I hope I got it. I did like a quick,
yeah.
one of
Well,
those.
no, it's that thing where it's like, um, yeah, mosquito season is over
Not
because it's
air.
cold.
Yeah, we need a cold snap to kill some of them off. But then you got a duck for the iguanas.
Right. So a fermented mayo.
Okay, well, Baroque's going to be our person to try it with her belly first. She'll probably
Yes.
be fine. You guys who are in the dirt digging and doing things with the dirt more have better microbes than I do.
Yeah.
My yard's still pretty suburban. It needs time to grow all that good stuff in the soil.
Yeah. I think if you do have a greenhouse, I think you probably have to watch your that that I think it's like if the temperature is in the right climate, I think that you could keep growing them. So she just said, I don't know, but it's recently was given a whole greenhouse and it's in the backyard, stacked up in pieces.
Ew, Tien, ew. No, no. But they do, you're right. They do that. So
What are
people may
centuries?
eat it. Well, it's the Chinese, I believe. It's an Asian delicacy, and they bury it. The century eggs was like 100-year-old eggs or whatever. They have different names. But yeah, they
Oh,
basically wrap it and bury it. I've seen people do it. They wrapped it in aluminum foil and went out and buried it. And then you come back in a certain time period and you dig that thing up and you eat it.
ah,
Yeah, so it forms like a blackened outer coating. I think it's kind of like that black garlic. So I
right,
guess it does go through kind of a fermentation process
right,
and
right,
stinks like holy heck,
right.
like pure
Well,
sulfur.
my son-in-law is Norwegian, and so they
Oh,
do things like lutefisk,
lutefisk. Mm-hmm. Mm.
which I have not tried that yet. Um, but his dad will take the lamb and then go bury it, let it rot, and all that sort of stuff. Then wash it in salt and all these weird, all not
These
all,
things
but
we're not used to
all
but that
Norwegian
they've developed because of their cold weather,
where
probably. So
where they live.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's the thing.
but Norway's got pretty cold. It's like sticking it in the fridge because their ground's got to be pretty darn cold.
Yeah. So my daughter does. I think she takes eggs and boils them to a certain point, and then she makes some sort of Asian, and I think it's some sort of Korean egg, and sticks it in the fridge. So we'll have um, mirin, yeah, mirin and the soy sauce and garlic and a few other things, and it'll be all brown. She will soak those in the fridge. But
Oh, so
so
it's
the
like
problem
kind
with
of like
greenhouse in Texas is that they get too hot in the summer, so mainly use mine to protect tropical plants in the winter.
yeah.
Our high tunnel will have roll-up sides and exhaust fans. Huh. Well,
Yep.
I think you should just, um, I think it's just like it's worth a shot.
Mm,
Give it a shot, see if it works, right?
yeah. Can't even have down where I am. It would just be an easy bake oven for all your things, pretty much year round.
Yeah, yeah.
For eggs.
No tank. So broke Kroger says, hopefully when we get this thing put together, the sides will be either removable or can be raised. It was a school greenhouse, so We weren't sure exactly how big it is. Ah, nice. I love free gifts like that. That's awesome. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah.
Sounds
But
awesome,
that's
bro.
how people survived. You know, it's how we all survived stuff. You know, for the Vikings, of course, you know, they didn't have refrigeration yet
Yeah.
outside. But yeah, they do a
Mhm.
lot of rot.
Yeah. Lars. Good point.
Uh,
Good point.
yeah. No, it's like this has been saved here since 1935.
Your
Mhm.
grandfather, he put this in the yard for you.
Exactly.
We had to wait till your 40th birthday, but here it is, son.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm.
You're like,
So
oh, how nice.
I haven't gotten my butt into gear to start making bread just because of, you know, trying to
Yeah.
tie up loose ends for the shed wars and getting everything in.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm in the next few days here, I'm flying up to go and spend 12 days with my mom.
Okay.
And so it's just like, okay, so still not making the bread. And
Mm.
because I do need to kind of get into that, you know, mode
Yes, I
of
totally understand that. And get
making bread.
everything ready. What
Mhm.
is have you done like breads with different types of yeast to where you just really kind of gravitate more towards the sourdough now that you've used that? Or
That's all
did
I
you,
know.
that's all you know? Okay. I didn't know. I use the granular stuff. I've never used like a sourdough or even the soft baker's dough. I mean yeast. Duh, the yeast.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
always
no,
wanted to try that.
yeah, like so I dehydrate, you know, TN he does too. So I dehydrate my
Oh,
sourdough.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like when you smell it,
It's still
it smells like sour cream in here.
I was gonna say, is it sour creamy? Isn't that
Yeah,
funny? It
yeah,
looks like it on the outside because of the white, how bright white it is. I'm surprised how bright it looks for
try to
something
hold it.
fermented and then also dehydrated. Looks
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Well, it smells like sour cream and onion, not onion, but sour cream chips. Like when I first smell it,
Mm-hmm.
it's like
Yeah.
that.
Smells
Yeah. Then
delish.
in my sourdough starter, yeah, it's good and sour, but it does need to be taken care of. I store mine in the fridge. I don't bother with it on the. I
On
only
the out.
bake one. If you're
Okay.
sitting on the counter, you have to keep feeding it. But if it's just in my fridge,
Oh,
it's suspended. I bring it out. I take what I need. That's my discard basically, and
okay.
make up and that.
So when you do
Oh
your discard is when you also feed it, right? So you
yeah,
discard off first and then you go and you feed your sourdough?
yep.
Okay.
And my discard is what I end up using to actually bake.
Okay.
That would be a negative there, Larks. You know,
No.
it was a bit of a crazy 2 days for me because I was sitting there looking for moving trucks and you know and trying to arrange things. And then one of one of my brothers, he said, "Well, me and our two kids and one on the way, we'll just come and live with you, Mom." And so that's what they're doing. So I'm just going up as an intern because they would like to have their baby with their obstetrician. And
Mhm.
so wait till the baby's born, and then they're going to go and move in with my mom.
Oh,
And
wow.
so in the interim, I'm going to go and spend just a few days, and I'll go and make up some, you know, healthy TV dinners for her, so that she just has stuff that she can heat up
Yeah. That's
and that.
wonderful.
So just I'll go for a few days just to kind of break it up because it was basically go, okay, it's not till the end of November, beginning of December when the baby's due.
Okay.
So it's another month. So if I go and I spend half the month there and set her up with enough meals for um, once I'm gone, then
Yes.
so that is the story of that's where I'm going with that. So hey, growing with Hudson,
Well,
thanks for coming in, lovely.
still calling me. That's my old name. Wrong with Hudson. It's okay. You get a pass.
Yeah.
You knew me back then.
Yeah. Larks, do you make sourdough? I want to know that.
Mark, you should just put like a Minecraft thing and you don't have to show your face.
I know.
And come and
Look
visit us up
here.
here. But I was just wondering because I wasn't sure how the process went because like just like you were saying, you have to have, of course, the time first of all, but then you need to get into that mode where you know where you're kind of going with it, I guess. And like, do you plan out like kind of a schedule for yourself or
Yeah.
okay? Because
Yeah.
you know you'll have a cast off on certain. Is it how many days usually is it? Is it whenever because you've got it in the fridge? But if somebody has it on the counter, have you done it that way too?
No, I've always stored mine in the fridge. Maybe at the very beginning I'd
It's
have it on
okay,
the counter.
Grandma.
But you do have to, if it's on the counter, you've got to discard and feed.
Yeah, I was wondering how often that happens with it, like how you have to. Is it like every other day or?
Every other day, depending on how much you're using it. But I throw mine in the fridge, leave it alone, bring it out, let it warm up a little bit. Or actually, I don't even let it warm up, but I take it out. I take out what I need for however many loaves I'm making, and then I refeed it and let it sit overnight. So that it has
on the counter to warm up and do its thing. Okay.
And then once that's done, then it goes back into the fridge.
Okay. So when you put it on the counter, though, are you covering it with like cheesecloth so the air can circulate in there, or just crack? You crack it a little.
Yeah, just the lid is just basically on
resting. Okay.
With a bit of a twist.
Okay.
Just a slight twist. It's not fully on.
Okay.
Here, a little SMR.
No, that's good to know because yeah.
And I've just found that this has worked for me. This method, for people who do have where they got to make bread every day. Yeah, that's a different story. But I like making a lot of bread at one time. So that's kind of that. That's how I do it. So.
Oh, she's got a sinus headache.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I heard her say that earlier.
I do.
Hot chicken wings.
I will take my second day chicken wings and when I don't feel well, Larks, I actually use them as the stock. Like I will use chicken broth, but then I will put those in as my chicken and the hot stuff gets into the soup and then it just comes like the little bits of meat fall off the bone. And I like noodles like with mine. And I'll just pick it up and eat it usually if it doesn't fall off the bone while I'm having my noodles. Noodles.
Yeah, yes, and you can use your discard, like if you are doing it on a regular basis.
Like your cinnamon snowflake bread.
Yes, I make the cinnamon snowflake bread. And then the other thing I do is we'll make sourdough crackers. And those
I think I heard you mention that you did that. Have you ever tried making cheese crackers like that, but cheese?
We could.
Yeah. Rosemary Parmesan. I would like that. I need to learn to make crackers.
Yeah. Yes. It's super nice. And then I'll do crumpets or like English muffins. And those are great. Or just sourdough bread. Like I'll just take it, I'll mix in, I'll have some leftover onion or with some rosemary, some garlic, mix it up in there, and then just make one little patty. And everybody loves that too.
I used to do that when I would bake bread. I would take the dough aside and make like an herbed garlic bread with it. Yeah. Not this. This is a cool idea, the pancake. Garlic bread pancake.
Yeah. That's basically just the fried bread. So hey, Life Done Free. Thanks for coming in, hanging out with us for a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. You can fry bread, so you can make donuts with it.
Yeah.
Like does it make like a cake donut, or like how does it when you fry?
No,
or like fried.
You have to, whatever you're adding to it, because it would need to be sweetened a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Like a cake donut. No.
Oh, so it ends up more like the glaze, like airy.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think so. I've never done the donuts myself.
Oh yeah,
I was
no, because
so
that would be bad to start.
Ooh. Yeah.
Bad to start.
Yeah. Hey,
To
Jeannie's
find a
World.
real oops, sorry.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. To find a like really good donut recipe would not be a good thing if you need to like get off of them. I would be making them too often.
Yeah. 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 I've lost my because it's like,
Yeah.
it didn't matter how tired I was or whatever. It would be like I'm making bread, and I don't like. We might eat one loaf, like we
Mhm.
might give ourselves permission, but I'll be making 6 loaves, and then whoever comes by, it's like, here, would you like to take a parting gift from my house? Take a parting gift. Here, would you like to?
Mhm.
And but it's like I just can't get myself into the mode of, okay, let's start making bread. And um,
I
last year
get
for my family's who uh my fa- my late husband's family, we do a early Christmas where we, in the middle of November, we go and have like, it's spectacular on how beautiful this house will be decorated. And so last year I made up, I think, 8 to 10 loaves of bread and mailed them out to them so that everybody could take a loaf home. And it's like, okay, how am I going to get that fitted in to, I leave this week to my mom's and then I'm home for like 2.5
yeah.
days. And then, and then I'm heading out. So,
Yeah.
ooh,
That sounds good. Yeah.
chocolate chip discard recipe. This is really good.
So there's not really a limit to what you can do with sourdough then. That discard as far as baked goods can just turn into a bunch of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know, right, Lark? Same. I can eat bread. It's just after I eat it, I don't feel my best, but I don't feel really, really bad. It's the long term what it
Right.
does.
Right.
And then and plus I have a half brother who was celiac.
Right.
So uh, I don't I was off bread before I went and got my gluten test. Like I had been off gluten for a while and didn't realize, oh yeah, you've got to eat gluten for it to pick up that you're allergic to it.
Right.
Or
Right.
yeah.
I have a friend.
Oops.
He's making his bread all from scratch. Like he's
Mhm.
grinding, and so he's making like any of his bread. He hasn't. I think he's done a little bit of sourdough, but
Okay.
he was supposed to be gluten free. But because he's doing it from this, fresh, right, you know, grinding it from scratch, he
Oh
says
yeah.
he has
He
no
got his
problem.
own organic, I bet, wheat berries and is grinding it, and it's
Yeah.
not having I've heard that. I've heard it the problem is the way that they harvest our wheat.
Mhm.
Because they
Yeah.
put that stuff on it. I don't want to say it and trigger anything, but they spray it down too.
Yeah.
Besides, for the weeds, they also, as they harvest it, they spray it and then it yields even more grain for
Mhm.
them. And
Yeah.
it dries out the plants and making it easier to harvest.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't have celiac either, but but it's like a piece of fresh, like even when I bring out the bread and it's warm and it's like you should let
Oh,
it sit
that's
for
when I
2 to 3 hours. It's like I don't care. I'm
yeah.
cutting this up.
Yep.
I'm slathering on some butter, and I want to eat
Mhm.
that beautiful crusty sourdough bread.
Me too. I loved making fresh bread. It was so delicious. Oh,
Hmm.
right out of, but that's the problem. Just like Lark said, when I worked for a bakery, I didn't gain weight off the lovely delicacy Italian, desserts and cookies or no, it was the Italian crispy bread that would come out like crispy, crusty, and then all on the inside was just air. Like it
Yeah,
was so
yeah,
light and fluffy.
yeah.
That's what gave me like I think it was a three up, 3 jean sizes up maybe because I was like a 4. I went to a 10 after doing eating their bread a little too much.
Wow.
And that was in high school, so that's like when you're like, "Oh." I lived in an area called Boca, which is really kinda known for being a little snotty. Um,
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the last thing. At like 16, you want to see, like, I can't get in my pants. Oh, I can't get in these either. What's going on? And then mom goes and helps you get a pair of jeans, and I'm a 10. What?
That's right. I gotta buy old lady jeans.
I gotta buy mom jeans. Actually, those are in, which is funny.
Yes, I've seen them.
I like them though. I mean, they do make us look a little more hippie than the tad lower rise. Like if you're hippie already, like that's where I carry it. It
Yeah.
makes you look a little bit more so when the mom jeans, but it also makes you look like you have a waist.
Right. I just put it on everywhere. It doesn't. There's no discrimination of waist.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just glad the ones where you could see our crack are not in anymore. The like super low rise where we got like this much crotch space as women. We were like, what the? Can't fit my crotch.
Email me or message me where you get your overalls from. These ones.
I love them. Yeah.
These ones are Duluth.
Oh, they're the Duluth. Oh,
Duluth are fantastic. They just number one, you get a 1-year warranty on them, and like I have to pay an arm and a leg for them because they're coming to Canada.
I don't think they're cheap here. They're not.
No, they're not.
They're
not. Nope, you're.
I mean, like, no, they're really, really good quality.
Yeah,
like how my mom used to do. Like, now they're in the store, but it was Land's End. You would buy if you were up north, Land's End, because it lasted. It's different now.
Yeah,
still good quality. It's just not like it.
These might be 3 years old. They're still great.
Oh, that's
whatever
nice.
the fabric is. It dries super easy. Like, and even my vegetable shorts, those are from Duluth as well. And so you get a 1-year warranty on them, that if anything goes wrong. And so they are just super comfortable. But yeah, they are expensive.
I said, if you split that up, whatever you spend on them, you've already got 3 years. We know from you, then that's how it's more of an investment, like certain pieces like that.
Yeah. And so, but it's like, yeah, if the pair is like $120 US, well, I'm paying like $175 for these little puppies.
Wow.
Yeah, because we don't have a Duluth here out of Canada. I have to buy directly from the States. But what I do,
haven't seen one near us.
Absolutely, the quality is fantastic. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you changed it. I told Rochelle she forgot the I. I didn't see that you had changed it to just #diva.
Yeah, I put #diva. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because it was like the exclamation point was, I think, a little bit difficult for people to see it, and so they would just put an I. So I thought everybody knows a hashtag. So you're hard on breeches, especially the pockets, those pruning shears.
Oh,
I in my back pocket is always my I've got pokey pruning shears, and I've got the Fiskars ones. Have not stabbed through my back pockets at all.
Nice.
So as far as I'm concerned, they are expensive, but worth the money because they last. And if something goes wrong with them in that first year, send them out and get another pair.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like, yeah. Oh, those are Duluth too. Oh.
Yeah, they don't make good boots. I'm buying. What are mine? And I need to get some. I need to get some winter ones because the ones that I wear, that I don't know, they're not.
I agree, bro.
Mud boots. I forget. Oh, you have Carhartts, yeah. But, I don't know if they make Carhartts for chubby girls like me.
Well, they should. Not, like body positivity time now. They better.
They're not super flexible, Like Carhartts are like, you're in them and you're like, yeah.
Is that why people walk like that? The guys I've seen sometimes, the old farmers that are just like, they look like they're poured into their Carhartt and they kind of like, oh, it's the, okay.
Yeah, broke cowgirl. I'm becoming like you too. You know, it's like 3 years ago, you know, I was wearing heels and, you know, standing on stages. And now when I go back to the stage and I try to put on my any like it can even be like a little bit of a heel, open toe. And it's like halfway through the, or not even half, like 1/4 through the show, and I go, I got to take these off. And the audience, you know, they, especially audience here, they love me. They go, oh, take them off. And I went, okay, good. And I usually have my sis slippers backstage. So I come out. But now I'm just coming out in my rubber chicken shoes. So I'll be wearing a full gown, but my footwear is my chicken wear.
That's cute. That's a great way too to promote your channel.
Muck boots. That's what I have.
Yeah, I like muck boots.
That's what I have. So I have my muck boots, but I went and ordered a men's, or what was it's a generic size, but I looked at my muck boots and went, these are a size, whatever they were. And I thought, okay, I'll order the same in this winter one. And it had a wide calf. So I went, this is going to be great. Got them, put them on in the summertime. And it was like, these would be fantastic. And like their temperature, you know, protection for up to like 5,000 degrees freezing. You know, it was like, this is great. And then I had that afternoon, I had Bible study to go to. And so I'm at home by myself. Even my son-in-law was gone. And I'm going and I'm trying to take this boot off. Could not get the freaking boot off.
Oh, no.
And it was like, okay, that's not going to work. If I'm not going to buy a boot that I can't get off my foot. It was to do with my knees. My knees did not want to flex. So when I go to pull it, be like, ow, I just needed someone to pull it strictly off. So there I carefully walked to my my Bible study and then got back home. And it was like still waiting for someone walking around and help. Oh, someone coming to help me.
I wonder if you could do it in a door if you get in like, and you get stuck like that next time. Like shut the door on your foot and try and pull back.
Oh, they make twill pants too. If I can't wear my boots and jeans, I ain't going. Yeah. Well, I could wear jeans, you know, to go and sing. You know, I could wear whatever I wanted to wear, you know, on stage, but it looks much better if I'm in a gown or a cocktail dress. But I'm still wearing my chicken shoes. I've been wearing muck boots for the last 3 years that it's like my feet don't know how to cinch up anymore. So
yeah, that was actually in the Barbie movie. Her little, you know how Barbie's feet, the doll, are always in that prone position, like for heels. Her feet flatten. And then she says something later. She goes, I would never wear these shoes if my feet were like this permanently. And all the women laughed in the movie theater, like all the moms were like, tell it, Barbie, it's right. Our feet aren't made for those.
I don't know Red Wing boots.
They're popular here. They're a pretty good boot.
Yes, I need a boot puller, and I didn't have anything. And actually, I didn't even think, like, you know, where could I go even in my yard? But it's like, I didn't want to take them out because it was like $100. I think they were on sale for $150. They were over $200. And I thought, I can't have any marks on them. So even me going to my Bible study and stuff like that, it was like, you know, don't make marks because you want them to give you back your money.
Yeah.
But sadly, I should have just turned around and said, send me the bigger size because it's like I need some warm boots for the winter if I'm going to be outside.
Yeah. Even non-winter boots here, I love them, but it's so my feet sweat in them. That's why I'm in sneakers. I will wear my gardening boots because I love them, but I sweat like my little feet. I have to take them out after a little bit. Like if I'm shooting a video, I'll put them on for the video because they're cute. But I'm usually out in my sneakers, like my old sneaks.
So my question to you is, do you have a reason to wear winter boots?
My garden boots? Yeah, because
winter boots.
Winter. No, we don't have to. No, but I've had winter boots before. I lived up in Pennsylvania for a whole year. But
no reason. When you need to have a reason to wear winter boots.
Yeah. No.
The best foods that are 30 years working are on steel grating and concrete 12 hours a day are Irish Setter, Wolverine, and Danners.
Good to know.
Okay, that just sounds like dogs.
Yeah.
My shoes are Irish Setters. My shoes are Wolverines. Or they're Danners. I've heard Danners, but I've never heard those ones.
Yeah.
Irish Setter boots.
Definitely with the Danners, it sounds like it's Irish and, Irish setter. So they're,
Oh,
I think
Irish.
they're playing classism or something. I don't know. We're going to have to talk to you, Tian, about, no, just kidding. Tian, if you worked in construction, you would know what holds up, especially concrete.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see you here, G3GS. Good to see you. I said hi to you in LEDs. I think I got hidden by accident in there.
Good night, J3Gs. Thanks for popping in. Hanging out.
Yeah, have a good night.
Yeah. Irish Setter Lady Hawk hunting boot, waterproof. I don't know. I don't think I care for those particular ones.
Tian, did you put them in order of value for us in the States? Like most expensive, middle, least, or no?
I personally prefer pull on. I don't want to mix up.
I can't think of what is that one that actually has the handles on both sides, so you can just pull into your boot. There's a garden boot too made. They're popular garden boot maker.
Yeah. Well, I know that there was some. I think Cece's garden. I think she got a type of a set of boots too, videotape and promo. So I think she a pair for free, which was great. But I need some winter boots.
Yeah.
Mama needs some winter boots.
So now with your winter boots, are they usually what are they? A nice leather on the outside and then lined on the inside? Like what kind of boots do you usually prefer? I guess.
No, I've got a low line one and they're great. And we got them for I don't know. I think they were at Costco for $10. Like 15 or 20 years ago, and because I don't need to wear them that often, and they're a little lace up. I don't remember the brand, but they are. It was good, but I would just I love my muck boots for gardening, but I'd love a winter muck boot for mucking around out there, just because it's so flipping cold. Oh, wellies, loggers.
I wonder though if people are making liners yet. And you can just wear them with your other boots.
Right.
Like a sock, but it's a liner.
Yeah, I don't have any other room in my muck boots, so I think my cute chicken shoes are sloggers, and they're bright yellow.
Yeah, I like sloggers. I don't know if that was the brand. Let me look and see if I can. It was Roots and Refuge. Jess had gotten a pair, and it was the first time I ever saw that.
Depending on the model. Yeah.
Do you have a sinus thing going on?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Well, I had a bit of a fancy adult beverage, and that could have on. But it seems that I noticed the last few lives. It's like I'll get I forget what I like. This is from being windburned from being outside planting today. But it's like I'm stuffed up, and it's like, am I allergic to my desk? Is there something on my desk?
That's right. I remember you said that when we were on.
Yeah, and because last week it was like I forget what it was. It wasn't like this where I'm stuffed up sinus part, but it was definitely it was whether it's it's like the bottom of my nose gets really, really itchy, as if I've got a little fuzz or something on it. But no fuzz today, but just yes, Mary. No.
I found them. They're called Bogs is the brand. Bogs. BOGS. And they have the handles on the side.
Oh,
So you can just pull them on easy and yeah. But yeah, they have some cute. But I see the sloggers. I like the patterns of the sloggers, Kelly. I'm a sucker for those. I think they're so cute.
they're cute.
Super cute. Yeah.
Yeah, I do see that. Dogs. Yes, and that's what I had bought. It has an Arctic line.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and this one, like it was in the men's section, and so it did have, it had a wider calf, and so they fit beautifully on my calf and came up and go, I want these, that handle, minus 5,000,
Yeah.
degree. So, but I should have just turned around and said exchange them and send me the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Just because you could feel that there was solid, really strong in their, like just in their support of the ankle and stuff like that.
Yeah, they would have been a great boot.
Classic Space Pizza, a kid's boot, $115 for your kid who's gonna lose it. Ha!
Whoa!
Not buying bogs.
Wow! I didn't know they were that expensive. Holy cow!
Mm-hmm. Hey, GT Junior, how are you?
There's always, Western Chief. They're probably the lowest end, and then it goes to sloggers.
Yeah.
So, yeah. My kids would be wearing Western Chief. I'm sorry. That's what you're getting, dear.
High-C rubber boots. They have a lifetime warranty and aren't all that expensive. I don't know if it was High-C that was given promo boots out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, GT, what's up? GT Junior grows in Alaska. Oh, grow in Alaska.
Yeah. You want to come up for a little bit, GT? Want to come up and hang out with us, ladies? We're just about finished.
I asked about the winter boots because I had gotten ones that were just like parka material, but waterproof for Malachi when we were going to go up. And they were at Target. I was surprised to see them at Target. Down here.
Huh.
Yeah. They gave some out to some. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think CC might have been one of them.
Maybe you should contact them and say, hey, I'm a creator and I need some boots. Okay. Yeah, I've had them cracked before. But I've also had the other one too cracked before that I said, Western Chief or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I just find my chicken sloggers, they're heavy.
I love
and if I'm out and about doing stuff, they do start to get a little heavy for my knees. Like my knees are not, they're not happy and cooperative. They're going, you know what? You're getting old, and we would like you to stop using us or lose a bunch of weight. That's what we would really like you to do.
I think that's what my feet are trying to say to me. Lose weight. Because it's like, well, I had 1 week where I was not feeling any fasciitis. And you know what that week was? Right before I freaking hit my pinky toe on the ladder in the garage on the other foot. Hey, GT.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Good. I was asking if you wanted to come up, and then you said, huh? And I thought, did he not understand what I was saying? I'll just put the link.
Do you want to come up?
Come up and say quick hello.
Like that.
Yeah.
Sign language.
Are you working tonight?
Yeah, I got about 2.5 hours. Yeah, about 2 hours and 45 minutes left, and I'm done.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a long day.
You're an hour behind me, right? We established that. I don't know why I can't keep it. It's 7:45. Okay, yeah. See, so you are. It's the night is still young for you.
I am 4 hours ahead of you.
Yeah.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah. I should check the news and let me see if I got any new things for you on this side. 4 hours ahead of time.
What's coming up down the pike? So how you been?
It looks like monkeys are going to run the world. That's what I heard.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the new thing in 4 hours. Oh, sorry, GT. I'm sorry. I didn't know she was asking you a question.
She got to ask me again because I didn't even.
I know.
I was asking you how you were doing. How you're
I am
doing.
I'm doing great. I have a couple of things on the outside that I need to take care of, look at, clip for some.
Yeah.
It's cold here. It's currently 33 degrees, but I need to grab the rest of the collard greens that I have. I'm gonna try to do that tonight before I even go inside. I got a little headlamp right there at the front door, so I'm gonna grab that, go out there with the scissors that I have there, clip them off real quick, put them in the refrigerator, and move on with it.
I thought you were going somewhere with that, like else, like when I saw the fingers go out with my. Oh no, I meant my scissors.
Oh no, I would never talk about stuff like that on the internet.
I'm thinking he's in Alaska. I would too. I'd be like, give me a little broom with the 12 gauge, please. And I'll be right back after I clip these with my 12 gauge.
I'm cutting up some food for my family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We need a bear.
Yeah, now the bear been coming by every year, so I don't know all the rules, but that bear been coming by. I mean, they done pooped in my yard and everything. That's a big old black bear. Yeah, big old.
I didn't realize
the poop is huge. Like the pile of poop. You're like, what the heck?
Thank you for your garden gift, Mr. Bear.
Yeah, it looks funny and smells weird. Yeah.
Worse is poop. Who knows what they like eat too? They're like a dog with the opportunistic. I know they eat mostly vegetation, berries, things like that, salmon, like fish. But if you're anywhere near the suburbs, it includes garbage and whatever was in the garbage.
Right. I didn't find, like, I picked up a ton of poop off my dad's lawn. And I think
your mic is your mic. It's not working.
Is my mic not working now?
Nope. I was wondering which mic was on because it didn't sound like your usual. It's pulling you through a different mic. It's not coming through it seems like it's coming through your computer, your audio. Now there's nothing. Poop. Oh, poop. Oh, good night, Brooke, cowgirl. Shoot. I shouldn't have said anything. We at least had some sound before. I feel terrible.
It's all your fault, Carol. I like that picture that you shared, Carol, of you and your mom.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that was so nice. The way
Can you hear me?
Yes, it's clear, I think, too.
I can't hear anybody now. I don't know what I've done. Okay, I've turned off this.
Yeah, I did that ode to her, actually.
Dang nabbit, Maureen. Let me try this
I
again.
cut my hair in her honor. She always wore short hair, and my daddy always liked short hair. So
that was cool, though, the way your hair was cut. Yes, we hear you.
Me now?
Yes.
Yes.
It's better.
Okay, I did not do that one.
You're starting to sound better from the mic, yeah.
But I can't hear anybody. I can't hear you guys.
Oh, no.
What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Thank you for welcoming back. Thank you, Lark. I really appreciate that. I think what I have to do. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
No.
Yeah.
Because I cannot. Okay, you can hear me, but I am not hearing. Carol, I can't hear you. Say something, Carol.
Test.
Nope.
Test.
All right. Let me just go, because that's very odd. Let me just go look at my settings here. And I think I'm going to just
coming out of somewhere.
I'm going to touch up my appearance, make myself look a little bit better. Haha.
I'm going to touch
Audio.
My appearance.
There is. I'm just gonna change
Oh my
this
gosh.
here.
Yep, you do TN because it's all. If I flip this
There we
over,
go.
it's all shaved on this side.
Switching that out.
See you.
And
But it's all messy right now.
Yeah, that's a cool hairstyle. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I cut it. I wanted to do that.
You did it yourself?
Yeah, I did it
You a
myself.
stylist or something?
No, I wanted to go to school for that. Oh no, Maureen, did you figure it out? Now we can't.
can you hear me?
Yes, but it's fine.
can.
Never mind. We'll work on it later. It's okay. It's common. It's happened before on Plenty of Lives.
I just want to know if you can hear me.
Yes.
If I speak into the microphone.
Nope. It's but leave it. It's somewhere here. It's picking you up, so it's fine. Just leave it. Don't. You can
Okay.
edit in actually. Oops, sorry. StreamYard. You can edit your sound. You can go in settings and turn yourself up.
Lark said.
But I don't want to. It's under audio.
Thank you for nodding. I appreciate that. You know what? It's a standard definition, camera resolution, and I touched up my appearance.
I might have to just turn up your whole computer. Never mind. It's not here. I thought it was. Oh, reduce.
Okay. Reduce echo cancellation.
Oh, there. You click on automatically adjust mic. It's the last one. So like, hello. I just turned it up a bunch.
Hello.
There you go.
And where did you go? Did you go into settings?
Yes, it was under settings. Then audio on the side. You click on audio.
Yeah.
Then you go down. There's 4 boxes. The last box, make sure it's not checked. Take the check off of it. And your mic volume.
I just put the check on it.
No, you take the check off of it. And then you can adjust your mic volume right there below it. It should have this stick with the little blue. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why my system just crapped down on me. It was just like, yeah, we're not working for you no more, lady. That's it. You
might get famous and upgrade us.
Whatever interface,
Oh my gosh. That ain't right.
Yeah, it is what it is. And well, it's what I needed when I was performing online and that. So what else you got growing there, GT? What else you got coming up for food that you've planted for the winter?
I started some seeds in the garage, so I hope to take care of those after work tomorrow. In 2 weeks, I'll go back to 7 days a week. So yeah.
That's wow. But you got to do what you got to do.
When it comes down to goals, if you don't go get it, somebody else go get it.
True.
I can't just dream. I have to. I already don't have a good work balance, and I talked to my wife about this, and she agrees. But we're on a course to try to, mitigate a few things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 7 days a week for 2 months, and in 2 months, then I'm gonna have to quit my job because I'm going for my business. My business is in conflict to what I do, so I need to have some money saved up. So I can't work forever. That's no. 55, I'm done.
That's great goal. That's a great time. I definitely wish I had money coming in from. I wish I could have stuck it out sometimes in public school, but already when I was there, I had a kid complaining because I was wearing a cross around my neck.
Right.
And it was like, okay, the writing is kind of on the wall. I had no help in the classroom as far as the first year interim. I wasn't even completely through the program. That first year, they usually evaluate you as a new teacher. Administration didn't care. They, didn't
Right.
check in on me, not at all. And the teacher next door, same thing. She didn't really check in on me. And later on, she's like, I don't think this is the age group for you. I'm like, well, I probably could have used a little help. I never taught in a middle school classroom before. I was organizing your closets when I was here making my hours. But to go back to your seed starting, what kind of schedule do you usually do, like within a garage? Like, what are you, as far as watering out your starts?
It's whenever. Like,
Okay.
I get off at 11, and my chickens are in there still, so I have a cutoff at 11:30. So I get in the house, I speak to my wife. She usually goes in the garage with me. I yell down the stairs at my son real quick. He says something back. I run in the garage. I water really quick as much as I could, as much as I can, and then I have to be. I get. It's just.
Yeah, trying to balance everything.
It's crazy. Sometimes it gets overwhelming. Like, I have a whole tray, 16 starts that just kapoosh, and it's because I have to do so many things, and I'm still a dad and a husband, so I have
That's
to
how I
feed their
feel about
needs as
gardening.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This season's been like, okay, I signed up, but I can't go all in. I just can't. That's too much with Malachi, and
So have you revealed what your business is, or because I've heard you reference, but okay, so you're that's still not talking about it yet.
Okay. I work with individuals who experience disability. That is the business that I'm going into. I've always thought about being an entrepreneur when it came down to it, because there's certain rules and regulations that I think weren't being applied in the best interest of the individual for them to be more productive in the community, not just babysitting them so you won't have a behavior. You have to actually accept the behavior and see what routes you can do to, alter that so it's more digestible. And sometimes it doesn't go so well with the company. So, if I can make a bigger impression in their life, then let me do it. So entrepreneurship, here I come. Yeah. So y'all are the first people that actually know what I'm about to do. So
that's awesome.
Okay.
I knew a couple who had started a business where all they did basically was send out nurses to go to homes. They just arranged that, like the in-call alcohol service, built it into a business, and oh my gosh, they were loaded. They were loaded. They were the couple I nannied for them on one trip, and we went to Jackie and John Kennedy's summer house in Hyannisport. We rented it. Like this whole big old house, and you walked out the back. There's a big pool, and then you go down the hill, and you can just like walk out to a little beach that they had, like a little private area beach when they were there.
Ooh.
Yeah, and like the Kennedy compound is down a little bit from it, like, and you can, take a bike ride past that. Like, they did really well with their business, like really well. Really well. That
is very lucrative.
Well, that's very exciting. So, for you, you've got, these next 2 months where, nose to the grind, and just, and got to just, keep, giving your wife a couple of kisses on the cheeks, and then nose to the grind, pat your son, and it's like, because it's just like just 2 months more of a sacrifice. So then you move into what you want to do. Oh,
now that's just the sacrifice that I have to make on that portion.
Yeah.
After 2 months, I have to start looking in my general vicinity and look for jobs that are just out there. And after I do that, I have to see what jobs are actually hired and then apply for those, because once I it's a 3 month waiting process. So at 3 months, when they actually do and say, "Hey, I want to come and look at your business, look at your home, and see if it, you know, is it
Yeah.
okay for you
Yeah.
to operate as a business in that fashion?" I have
Right.
quit my job, and I've been there for over 10 years. So this is the longest job I've ever had. So I'm really
Wow.
really sad about that. But I
Yeah.
understand it'll be conflict of interest. So
Yeah.
I'll be on a different train. But this is really gonna put my family in a better position as far as financially. I'll be able to do some things that has just been a dream. Like one thing that COVID taught me was that my time is very. I mean, oops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that word. With the pandemic has
Mhm.
really taught me. I'm sorry, I apologize.
Parallelogram. We say just make the word up. Parallelogram.
Yeah,
There you go.
that word. That's a big word. I
Mhm.
can't. Nah. So what it has taught me was that my time is very valuable. So what happened was when my son came back from Georgia, they had a thing where if you don't want to take the test, then you have to stay home for 2 weeks. And so it was like I don't know nothing about this test. I'm
Yeah.
just a little cautious about
Leery
things, and it's
about
because
that. Yeah.
this is all I got. My son is all I got. So it's
Mhm.
like I know some people say I want to live for my son. So I want to try to make choices that have his best interests at heart. So that's what I was trying to do. So it was like, I guess I'm gonna have to stay home for 2 weeks. And
Mm.
Yes.
that's what I did. I stayed home for 2 weeks. My son is 14. That was the longest duration I have ever spent with him since
Mhm.
he was a baby. I have never spent 2 weeks without going to work. So it felt really good because I had a little stash. So it was like, okay, I get to stay home. I get to bother him, play with him, play
Yeah.
Nerf guns, throw the football, play a couple of video games, go down there, we make lunch together. We tease my wife and everything. It was a slice of heaven in my opinion. I've
Mhm.
Yeah.
never felt that much value. And you know, it's the best job I've ever had. So I get
Yeah.
to actually, when I do get into this entrepreneurship, I get to actually spend even more time with them. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Woo!
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
And
So
Yeah.
I've been working on this for years. This isn't something where it was like, okay, well, I just woke up 3 months ago and I said this is what I want to do. It's been 2 years trying to find out more
mhm.
information.
Yeah.
Just a lot of things have been put into it. Like the house that we bought, it's because of the business that I'm going into. We
Mhm.
have certain amenities in the house,
Mhm.
and and it wasn't by myself. Like I was pushed in this way.
Yeah.
I'm not a religious guy, but it was something that pushed me that way. My wife didn't want to go see the house, and I
Yeah.
was like, "You gotta at least go see it." We
Mhm.
seen it, and my eyes was just, and I told her, I was like, "Baby, just keep on believing in me." I said, "We're gonna get there, all right?" She was like, "All right,
Yeah.
then, let's do it." So we signed. I was like, "Yeah,
Wow.
Awesome.
yeah."
That's awesome. Homestead of Grace says, my best wishes for you, GT, and your plans. You're a good
Yeah.
man and
Appreciate
you're
you,
in.
Robert.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
do.
Well, that's all we can do. But but the
Mhm.
beautiful thing is you've got a dream and you're walking it out and you've got the support of your family, and
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of hard work. Like you do have your nose to that grind and you just keep moving forward and going. You're looking at the bigger picture. You're not looking at
Yeah.
what do I have right now. It's like no. What does the future look like? What is it going to look like for my son? For
Yeah.
my family. I want to have them taken care of, and
Mhm.
that's awesome. It's
Yeah.
very good. I will
Yeah.
say, like the same thing for me, because I when I was teaching, I teach year round because I
Mhm.
had a lot of adult students, so I'd teach all through the summer and I wouldn't have breaks. And in 2020, when it was like, nope, you're not allowed to do any of that, I had like it was like, wow, I had the best summer ever, and we spent it, out in the yard. spent it
Mhm.
together, laughing, drinking. We did do my kidults and I. We started this thing on Facebook called Fancy Fabulous Fridays, because I was seeing
Oh,
my friends who were all like, they were super super depressed, and they were like,
yeah.
"What's the point in getting dressed?" And I thought, okay, Fancy Fabulous Fridays. Everybody, you need to get up, put on something nice, make a nice
Love it.
meal, take pictures of it, like set a real table. And
Oh,
so with that, I think we only made 3 or 4 videos as a family. Like, and that was,
mhm.
it was an absolute blast. Like, I didn't know how to edit videos or how to shoot videos yet at that point. Not
Yeah.
that I knew, but it's like way back then. And just figuring out how to edit them. And I would put up these crazy fun videos for us. And
Mhm.
and the group, like whoever was in this group, and anybody could be in it, it was something that they looked forward to. It's like, here comes Friday, and it's like, let's see what Maureen and her crazy kids are doing, or or seeing what other people's pictures of, the first bit, there was a lot of interaction, and then people dwindle, but there's usually someone that would go, I'm not getting dressed, but I'm putting on a fancy hat, and
Yeah.
yeah, and we would take
I
pictures of
love
the
it.
table, and tablecloth and everything. It was like, I wanted to make something where people would feel connected, they would feel seen and heard.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
I did that.
Yes.
So,
I love it.
lasted for, it's still up there, like the Fancy Fabulous
Mhm.
Fridays, but I wasn't running it anymore. Like, I was like, I gotta
Mhm.
stop
Yeah.
and garden. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, nice.
Doesn't that
I
sound
would like
great?
to get a boat.
Me too.
Yeah.
I haven't had access to a boat, and yeah, everything seemed to happen in my 20s. I referenced that, but that was when I got to go out on a boat. I dated somebody who was a fisherman, but he also was he became a commercial lobsterman
Ooh.
Whoa.
during our time together. Yes, but I feel bad because I kind of cursed it. I didn't mean to, but he missed my graduation with my associates. And for somebody who struggled in school, that was like a huge deal. And I still, I went on to get my other degree and then get certified as a state of Florida teacher. But that was like my first step, because you know how it is, the unknown, and you get over that as a young person. And he's like, "Oh, I've got to set traps that day." I'm like, what? Yeah, I got to go set the traps that day. We've got to get the lobster traps down. I'm like, you can't wait just a day? I'm like, I don't know about those lobster traps. Okay, you're making your choice, but I don't think that's the right choice. Hurricane Andrew hit months later. Yeah, I was like, oops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that, but did not foresee it going well for you. Because
Probably was a good curse.
Yes, they probably did curse him. He probably was, actually.
I
That's
like the idea of being on a boat, but I'm just not, I don't want to be the one that has to do all the work to take care of it or pay for it.
Yeah. They do have boat rentals down here where you can join a club and you can, I think, rotate. And that's exactly what they do. They do all that. It's just
boat
you
share.
come.
It's like car share, boat share.
Yeah.
We
like
have
a boat share.
We have on our ocean, it's an ocean hot tub. Like, you can rent it and you're in a hot tub out in the ocean. It's
Wild.
yeah, go and have a party in a hot tub on the ocean.
Hmm.
It costs a couple $100, but
Yeah. Probably should
I don't know
cost
how
more because
safe
they
it
probably
is.
should change that water frequently.
It's like, how clean are those jets? Like, think about it.
Yeah. No, I don't want to. That's why, we rented a, one of those places up near Disney. It was somebody's vacation home. Gosh, I couldn't think of that phrase, vacation home. It was someone's vacation home. And we rented a cute little townhouse, had some age, and we go out to the hot tub, and it's just like sitting there. And I'm like, no, don't even look at. We're not touching it. Don't touch the hot tub, dear.
No, you don't know what
we can take a hot bath. We peeked at the water, and that was really the big clue. It was like,
yeah, so it's not getting cleaned.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, the water wasn't moving like it should be. Like, I don't know. I know it sits there, but that just creeps me out.
Yeah.
What a rise from boat share. There would be one.
Yeah, that would be true.
Yeah. Well, this is a place though where they just have lots of boats, I think, and it's like a rental car place, but it's a rent a boat. But it's a membership. So
membership has its rewards.
Yeah, it does have its rewards.
All right, well, I should probably call it here. We've been here.
Can I say just a little bit more? Just a little bit more?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I know that I don't have good work home balance or whatever, but I've been working on this survival food for my garage and stuff, so I can't stop gardening. It's always on my mind. Like, I know that I have more important things, but it's just I cannot shake it like for nothing. Like, I'm going through Canva, and I'm finding the which ones I want to make or whatever, and I'm putting in this stuff or whatever, and picking the plants that I want to grow, and I'm grabbing the plants. As soon as I get home, I'm watering, and the boxes, because I have tons of seeds. If y'all don't know, I am a seed king. I have tons of them. So the ones that are right there on my prep table, I'm gonna grab a couple of those, bring them out to the living room, and then let my wife go ahead and sleep, and I'm gonna flip through those for about an hour, and then I'm gonna go to sleep because I got to go to work tomorrow too. I work 6 days a week, but in 2 weeks I go to 7 days a week. But I'm really excited about this new one because if I start them on Sunday, that means on Tuesday some of them will germinate by then. Because Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday I work 16 hours a day. But still, I'm gonna produce these plants. I am. I love it. And then yesterday, my chickens, my wife was saying something, and then I went in there to grab the eggs, and they only gave me 6, and I have 7 in that part of the garage because it's a huge garage. So I'm sitting there, and I say, "Oh, y'all just not gonna give me 7 eggs." And so my wife texted me the next day, and she was like, "You got 10 today," because I have 3 new chickens too. I got them in March or whatever. So I got 10 eggs. I got 10 eggs this morning that I harvested. I told them, "Hey, come on, baby, give me something. Give me the whole thing." They gave me the whole shebang. They gave me the full 10. I got 10 birds. They gave me 10 eggs. Yeah. So, yeah.
When you shall receive and receive and receive.
Yes. And Maureen, did you ever get you some moringa seeds?
No.
That's what I was supposed to send you.
Yes.
She was trying to remember the seeds, and I couldn't remember. Thank you.
I'm starting mine. Probably tomorrow. I have
to restart some.
I have to, because that is one of the most nutrient dense plants. Besides, there are some other ones. Yeah. But this one right here, oh man, I gotta grow it, and I'm growing it inside. I got a 5-gallon bucket that's right there waiting for it. I'm gonna add some cocoa on top of it with some perlite. I'm gonna drop 3 seeds in there, see what they do. But I'm ready. I want to grow this so bad.
As long as it's warm. It's like it likes
warm. Yes. My garage is heated.
That's right. It was heated. I forgot that.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I got grow lights everywhere, so they're good.
It'll come up.
They're good. Yeah.
So you're just obsessed.
I love it. You take something a pepper seed. All them peppers you got in there, Maureen. That little bitty pepper seed. Look what you actually produced from that little bitty pepper seed, Maureen. Come on now. How can you not be amazed? How?
I know.
It's beauty in the making.
When you said that you were counting the days, like I knew exactly what he was like feeling like I'll be gone. So then by the time I get back and I see them, they're going to be little babies.
Mhm.
I think we all still get like excited when we see them germinate and you get a really good germination. It's like,
And then you can't kill anything because it's like,
yeah, then you're
now where am I going to put it? Where will I put it? I can't kill anything. But yeah, no, there is nothing better than eating the food that I grew myself. We grew it, cook it, and eat it. And it's just like, wow, that's what it's supposed to taste like. That's what that potato should taste like. You know, I eat the potatoes from the grocery store. They're fine. But then when you eat it from your own yard, it just, and that resiliency, you know, and that's the main thing. It's like, I want to be able to provide vegetables and good food for my family. So,
yeah, I have
it's
this. TN said about purslane. I have seeds for purslane and sorrel. I have red sorrel. I think I have roselle, which is a sorrel. It's a Jamaican sorrel. They are really good. Greens.
Purslane.
Yeah.
I got purslane. They got two kinds. They got the green and the golden, I think it is, something like that. But I grew it in my garage. It actually gave me seeds. I got the little bitty black seeds in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are great to have, especially as a shift plant. But for down here, they grow as a weed, and in most yards they grow as a weed. But so like if you plant them, people will be like, oh, those weeds. But you know it's food. Like those are the type of things I want to plant in my yard where a regular person walking by won't necessarily see the food there. You know, they'll see a banana tree, but that's different. Like,
yeah,
you know,
well, there's lots of banana trees down where in Florida. So
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's not like that would be a unique thing. So do you have outside garden space as well, like in the summer for the summertime? Okay, so what do you grow up there?
Kohlrabi, broccoli, cauliflower, potatoes, strawberries, Swiss chard, what else? Carrots, onions, cabbage, collard greens. Oh my goodness, I got some videos. I'm not trying to self promote, but you ain't seen a cat. You ain't seen the cabbage this big. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm telling you. And this is at my work garden because I have my garden, and then I have a work garden where I help one of my guys. There's some limitations there, but I get to assist him in the garden. And he told me what he wanted. And I said, all right, now you sure? He's like, yes. I was like, all right, I got you now. And I brought it all the way up. And he was just so thrilled. He got a pic. Oh my goodness, it's so cool. It was one of those magic moments where every day he would come out and he would look at it and he would go and I would tell him, you got to feed it. I'm not feeding it for you. You do it yourself. And I don't do for, I do with, unless you have certain limitations. But it's beautiful. I got to find the time. I got to put it out. But I grow a lot of food. As far as those type of crops, I got a greenhouse that's coming in the mail. I seen it on sale at Amazon.
Nice.
I hope it does well here. I have a strategic way to manipulate it so it does well, at least for a month before. I want to add at least 2 months to my grow season if possible. And that way I can get cucumbers out there because I only get like 1 or 2 cucumbers, 1 or 2 tomatoes, and that's it. So I want to do some things that are actually going to give me some more production as far as that. I want to grow corn and I want to grow melons while I'm here in Alaska. That is my ultimate goal. I reach those and I got a big flex on me if I could do those two. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Well,
awesome.
I don't know if you were on yet, but it's like we've got this tourist attraction called the Butterfly Gardens. And so and I think it's all glass inside. So people go in and tour it, but there is supposed to be like a tomato plant that's been there for like 10 years. Like tomato plants don't just tomato and then die. They they're like a perennial. You can grow a tomato like a perennial.
Yeah. I guess
10
you have
years
to
is a
have,
long time, though.
yeah. How'd they do that? It's probably because it's always one temperature in there because of the butterflies. Like they keep it a certain temperate.
You got pollinators. You got the right temperature. And so then it's like, yeah, you could be growing tomatoes all year long. Oh yeah, it probably would be an indeterminate. Yes, because it is a massive plant. I've never seen it. So
I would love to know what it is.
yeah, or what
Then-
what variety.
Yeah, that's
I've
what I
never been
mean.
to
What variety? Yeah.
Yeah. With a greenhouse and containers, you should be able to grow almost anything where you are. Yeah.
The tricky part about that is we don't get past 80 degrees here in Alaska. Well, this year we didn't get past 80 degrees. So we hit like 75 at the tip top, and that was one day, and then it went back down to like 69 and stuff like that. So we don't get now we get a lot of sun when there's not an overcast, but as far as the heat, we need at least 85, I would believe. But I'm definitely gonna try. I'm definitely gonna try. Yeah.
Yeah, they are mine
Pepper,
as well.
7-year-old pepper. Wow.
Wow, 7 years old. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, you getting your tomatoes out early in a greenhouse, you probably would see that you're getting tomatoes. Lots of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because tomatoes are the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was going to say because tomatoes are this one that loves the sun, so it would be hard to do unless you had a really good sun lamp in your garage for them, like a grow lamp.
Yeah,
it'd be hard to maintain, but you could do it. I mean, hydroponics.
I get tomatoes in my garage. I get cucumbers in my garage.
What the?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I haven't seen that
I'm
video.
real when it comes down to this gardening. I love gardening. I'm telling you, I
need that back. I
ate it on.
I loved it. But now I just can't get my groove back to be like, okay, I have this little time slot. Let me go out there. Instead, I have a reason for the last 2 days, but naps seem to. That's terrible.
I can dig
my
it.
kid just wears me out. It's like, oh my gosh. But no, I just need to get that. I had it before, that passion about growing again. Because I did have it. I think it's like what you said, then you got to keep it alive. I think I've killed so many things that I get gun shy of, putting a lot of work into it, and I might kill it all anyway.
I try, and I guess I evaluate it the same way I evaluate working out. I don't like to work out as much. I'm older and I work a lot. So, but my first step is to actually do it. So as soon as I start to feel a little bit better. Like when I'm like, man, it's cold outside. I don't want to have to, maintain it. And, every morning, first 30 minutes, I got to do this. I got to do that.
Yeah.
It's actually, no, I'm going to start the season. Oh man, I see the pepper seed is coming up. So I got to do something. So it's that I have to do something. I can't just let it just waste away. And that's where the initiative goes to, I got to get it there. I got to
get it done.
So,
got to get it done. Yeah. My thing is I'm terrible at starting plants. I'm good at just dropping the seed. And, like the New Orleans gardener, how she's gonna go drop some seeds. I'm better at that type of gardening. I don't know if it's because it's so dry in our houses here, with the AC, but I have a hard time with starts. I think it would change now because I do have the light, and maybe I could do a different setup. But yeah, I'm more like a direct sow kind of girl, and also food forest kind of.
When my business takes off and everything gets associated where it needs to be associated,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a financial advisor because I've never had this much access to money, and I don't want to be a fool. But I want
Yeah.
to get some land, like in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, something like
Mhm.
that. Zone
Yeah.
7 somewhere on that
Yeah.
side of the world. I mean, of the USA.
Yeah.
But that's what my plan is. I want to grow food outside more, like for real.
Mhm.
This garden, the garage is, it's okay. I got the grow lights and everything, but I want to grow food a lot more outside. I
Yeah.
really want to get that real sunshine.
Yeah.
So
I
I
want to
got
do
some
the
plans.
same. Yeah.
And one of the easiest things that you can actually grow is microgreens. Now
Yeah.
that's a that's a big one there.
And I
So
have a tray here somewhere to grow them because I had that in my to do. I have radish seeds for it too. And do you think I can get the two things to come together? Because I don't know where the tray went.
that's me. I do the
Like,
same
and then if I
thing.
find the tray, it's gonna be like, now where did I put it? I know I have my seed organizer. What is it organized under though? Month or like or
So you
type
do
of
the
plant?
same thing? Oh my goodness! I've been looking for my peanut seeds
Mhm.
for
Right?
a whole week. I
I
can't
don't
find them.
I don't know how I do it to myself, but I do. Like
Mm,
I
mm,
organize it to where I can't find it,
mm.
thinking that it'll work better that way rather than just, shove it all in a big pot together and
Yeah.
then dig. It, I don't know. My dad had the type of garage where you would dig and it was very visual, and we redid his garage. He was 80 years old. God bless him. He kept even working out of that garage. I think it was 4 more years. But he was like, I don't know where the hell you put everything. I'm like, Daddy, I labeled it. Like, and I sorted everything and I labeled it for you. He's like, yeah, thanks. I don't know where anything in my
Oh
own
man.
garage. I felt so bad. I was like, well, you're welcome. Like we
Oh
painted the
man.
floor. We painted, like my brother and I painted his cabinet to like match. Like we were trying to do just what we could do with what we had, and then we bought him like some cabinets in a new work area because he worked on a
Mhm.
door for like 25 years by then. I think it was. No, it was over 30.
Mm.
He worked on an old door that he put hinges on himself and made into a table. For
Oh
like,
wow.
yeah, he was, old farm boy. That doesn't go out of your blood. So he had,
Mm-hmm.
he made do with what he found. And that's how
Mm-hmm.
his garage kind of looked too. Like the farm pile, there was stuff up against the side of the garage, which we didn't mess with. And he had stuff within, like pipes and all these various things, but he always had what he needed. Always did.
Yeah, I've got peppers. Like, so it was last Saturday or Friday when I was doing my year end, and there was blooms on my pepper plants. The peppers are now like the size of my thumb, like sweet peppers that are growing in my greenhouse studio right now.
Nice.
And I just picked a whole bunch of the cayenne peppers, and what I'm doing with the cayennes is I'm drying them, dehydrating them, and then grinding them up. And oh my gosh, like you open up the jar of the dehydrated pepper, like I grind it all down, so good, sprinkling it on all sorts of stuff. So separating my peppers and whatever, but my peppers are growing really well. I didn't do well with my okra. Like I think I got like 1, 2, and then it kept dying off. And then of course it got so cold. So I've moved them. I don't know if they'll survive, but I moved them into the greenhouse in hopes that maybe they'll continue to produce because I should have got a decent crop of okra, but didn't quite work.
How many plants did you plant? Because I had like 3 and I had the same issue with the okra plants, but I got them as starts. I did not grow from seed this year. I just wanted to try them because I'd never grown it.
I grew them from seed. Last year, my okra plant would get about this big, and then it would have a big okra on it. It was like,
how cool.
It was like, this is as big as we get, Maureen. Here we go. But this year they were decent size, but they would bloom, and the blooms are so pretty.
See, I
Like,
didn't even get to see the blooms on mine. I got like the Bonnie or whatever at Home Depot and brought them home, and I kept missing the blooms that I wanted to see.
Wow. You dry
Now,
smoked your peppers. Wow.
now
Yeah.
I have a fig cutting. I have got fig cutting, and I rooted it. Black, what is it called? Black, oh man, black mission fig.
Mm-hmm.
It's about this big. Yeah, about this big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's got a little fruit on it. I'm like, what?
I need to get
Now-
fig trees.
Now, see, what I do is I do the double cup method. That's where you have the clear cup, and then you have the solid cup inside of that. And I'm growing it that way. I'm feeding it just water, and I have a fig on there. And I'm like,
That's so
what?
crazy. Wow.
It's a black mission fig, so I get to taste black mission fig from my garage. This is why I can't stop gardening. I'm having little results that make me smile just a little bit more.
Yep.
And then my son, he actually, like, he used to think that the grocery store is where we get food. And I said, no, baby boy, that's a convenience.
Yeah.
You actually grow it. So he actually comes out there. Oh, Dad, we did a video. I haven't released it, but we tried some stuff from out of the garden. It was frozen, but it was so good. Oh, so I love it. I love it.
I don't think you were on GT, but today, a friend of mine, he made a 20 by 40 garden plot for his wife, and she said it's not close enough to the house, so I'm not using it. So he said to me in the summer, do you want to use this? And I said, well, not right now, because I was in the thick of all of it. And then all of a sudden it just dawned on me that I could use it to do my garlic. So we planted 860 garlic cloves out there. My daughter and I. Yeah. 860 garlic cloves. And we've only used 2 row, like a 3-foot row, and then probably a 2-foot row. And so there's still, like he said, he's going to plant some garlic in it, but it's out. They own a blueberry farm. And so there is going to be lots of deer and stuff like that. So the stuff that I plant in my front, I'm probably going to go and take some of that out there and grow it as well. But, and garlic is so easy. It needs I don't have to be running out there every second day, but it's awesome to think that, I've got, and it's just store-bought garlic. I don't buy, like, garlic seed. One bulb of the seed is usually between, $5 and $7, right? And you go to have 800 cloves, can't do it. So I just buy their mesh bags of the Chinese garlic, and it might not be viable. And yes, it could be sprayed, but it's what we eat anyway. Like when we buy garlic, but they're always sprouting, so I know that they'll sprout up just. But then we did buy four big garlic cloves, and that's going to be the beginning of my heritage seed. So I'll plant those 4, and we won't eat them. We'll just take them out and then again plant them, and then just each year expand on it. Excuse me. And then eventually I won't be buying any seed, because I just want to have it where I can plant, 800 seed, have enough for the family to eat, and have enough to plant. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's it. Yeah. That's
nice. Great.
Garlic grape from the Amish, and then we plant them. Yeah.
Well, what was your yield? Was pretty incredible off the store-bought garlic.
We did 400. We got 400 bulbs. I planted 700 and got 400.
That's still a great yield for
Because
you've only been doing it. Was that your first time with the garlic? Second.
No, it was our third. It's
third
our
round.
Yeah.
Still, that's still a good yield.
Yeah. But it was my first time to do it with the store-bought, because I just went, I'm not spending, $150 for garlic seed. And so so there were some that weren't very big. We did have quite a few from this bulb that were good size, and we're just going to be growing it to eat it. And even whatever I pull out of that 800, we will, I'll save some and plant for eating again next year. But I am starting this one where it's like, this is our large, these will be our large cloves that I will work on over the next, 5 to 10 years, and to have our own good seed garlic. So are you leaving us, sir?
Yeah, you look like you're getting off work.
No, my guy, he's gonna call me in like 30 minutes. Ask me to come pick him up. He went to a hockey game.
Oh.
So yeah, I made dinner, and dinner is gonna be so good. He's gonna be so happy with it. So yeah, I did some steak fajitas, and I made like a sauce, and because of what is it called, carbs and all that stuff, so I didn't do rice. I did cauliflower rice. So it's gonna sit on a bed of cauliflower rice. I got a sweet potato and a little small salad. So yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Gosh, come make me dinner. That sounds really good.
I like my wife. She don't cook. She ain't got to. I'm like, girl, you got to cook. She feel a little embarrassed. I said, girl, you got a husband that cooks. I was like,
you enjoy it. Yeah.
I pride myself on trying to be the best man I can. I said it when I leave you, or when you leave me, you gonna miss me. She called me a butthole for saying that. I said, I'm real. No, you gonna miss me. I'm gonna make sure I leave an impression on you.
I think that's kind of like common love language. Mine is jerk. When I call him a jerk when he's being a little funny.
Yeah.
That's a great price, Tien. That's amazing.
Wow.
You get about 30 bulbs for $12. Yeah, I would buy that.
That's crazy. I would totally buy
all
that.
Great, and it's like, I would do that. That's reasonable. But I'm not interested in going to the farm store, and it's like, yeah, this is, you got 2 bulbs, that's going to cost you $15. You're like, no. It's way too expensive. So I'm doing this for now, and then, like I said, I'm going to work on building up my own heritage seed. So eventually I don't buy anything from the store and just have my
own. Now that doesn't, because I was kind of listening, that's not gonna, like, the heritage seed that you create, it doesn't matter because you're using it for seed as far as the bulb fungus you were talking about, like it can stay in the same area, or do you?
No, I would, I'd have to keep moving it. Yeah.
Okay.
I can do 2 years, and then it has to go to another spot.
Yeah. We have that with sweet potatoes because of nematodes, not a fungus. The nematode.
Right. But anyway, well, now we're at 2.5 hours, so I'm going
to. Sorry.
Yeah. It's just like, man, I'm like being outside. I think it took us a couple of hours, but that lots of wind and stuff like that. And so it's like, ooh, my cheeks are still pretty hot, and then I'm pretty tired because all of that is all you're only bent over. That's all you're doing. Bent over, bent over.
That's a lot.
Anyway, well, thanks everybody for coming out and hanging out. It's
all
nice.
right, y'all. Thank you, Maureen.
Thanks. Yeah.
All
thank
right.
you.
Kara, y'all have a good one. Thank you.
Good to see you, Gigi. Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.